Hey everyone, this is DJ Honeyflow for the Honeyflow Talk Show. Welcome everyone. I literally have butterflies right now doing this show. You know, it's been 3 years doing talk shows, and this one is going to be extra special, of course, for all of us. So we have more people coming in, more people backstage, and we're just going to celebrate, Steph1Luv'S life for all you guys also hearing. There's more people hearing the news on Twitch. 2 weeks ago, 2 Fridays ago, she passed away. And, it was a real surprise for us, all of us, actually. And she moderated, for all of us and did all our shows with 12 streamers. So I just want to read them out before I bring everyone in quickly. All these amazing streamers that she, encouraged. She produced their shows as well. She gave a lot of great advice. So some of the shows that she did, she actually did, I believe, 4 talk shows mixed with DJ shows, and also 10 streamers that were DJs. Some of them also did talk shows, so 4 talk shows altogether. And I'm just going to read the list out quickly of who she helped on Twitch and the whole Twitch community, just being there for everyone. So some of the guys and ladies too, DJ Mo1, DJ J Jonah, he put on this idea for this talk show. So big props to Jonah, as well as DJ Allier that does a DJ and a talk show. DT Jams Live, I know, is super close to Steph1Luv as well. We got DJ Fam1. We have DJ Phil Skills, DJ Boogeyman 757, Pink Assassin 74 that does a talk show. She Got Cakes that does a talk show. DJ 415 I see backstage as well. She, modded for DJ Lou Rock and DJ Main. And so many more people. So we're going to bring on a few streamers right now. And, and we're just going to celebrate her life and her legacy and just all the funny stories and the memories and all the things, all the amazing things that she did as well. So let's bring in everyone right now. All right, we got DJ J Jonah here. DT Jams Live. We got DJ 415. How you doing? Just came in. How you doing, 415? Can you hear me? Oh, can you guys hear or no?
Yes.
Okay. I think I could hear everyone else. Oh, I'm hearing an echo. If everyone could use like one device, so just one device through StreamYards, I think that would eliminate the echo. And
we can't hear you on the laptop. We could only hear you on the phone. You were sounding good earlier.
Okay. Can the rest of you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you could hear me? Interesting. Always with the sound. We also got She Got Cakes as well with us. Okay, let's see. DJ 415, I'm going to private chat you. I'm going to just put a message in the chat room so we could fix your audio. Let's see here. And if anyone else can help, if you guys know how to fix the audio, that would be good. Let's see. Okay, so check your private chat. And I know there's a bit of a delay. So if you're listening to me on another device through Twitch, it's going to be like 40 seconds later. Oh, it was sounding good and it went away. Okay, you know what? How about DJ 415 exit out and come back in again and check your settings in your audio and see if that works. We could do that because everyone else could hear me. Yeah. So, so we're going to continue, you guys, too, as he fixes his audio. Oh, there's an echo.
So we're going to continue, you guys, too, as he fixes his audio.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, there's an echo.
Yeah, there's still an echo. So maybe listen to me on one device. Maybe use headphones. Do you have earbuds? If you could plug in some earbuds in your laptop, that might work too. Yeah, we'll give that a try. All right. So while he's trying to fix that audio, we're going to get into, introductions as well. So if you guys want to, just mention your shows, what you do actually, and there's a reason why I'm asking you guys this. So if you could introduce yourselves to everyone, mention the shows you do and also how long you've been streaming for. We'll start off with that as well. So how about we got, She Got Cakes. We'll let you start off with that. Oh, you're on mute.
Everyone, Stephanie, I thought I unmuted it. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, you unmuted now. You're good. You're
Testing,
good.
testing. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
All right.
you're good.
So yeah, I'm She's Got Cakes. I have a podcast called Cut Up with Cakes, and we're the Cut Up crew. And Stephanie helped me come up with that because we used to joke around a lot when we were in different streams and different chats together and stuff like that. So she was who I called my super duper mod because she kept everything so organized, and you know she just knew what to do without me having to tell her what to do. She was very creative, very organized, and not just a mod. She was my friend. After everything shut down with the pandemic and everything like that, um, it was crazy because she was on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast, and we just clicked, virtually, and I thought it was so special because you have people that you see in the physical sense that you don't talk to as much as someone that you meet virtually. Um, you know, it was, Twitch brought us to have a connection and talk even after everything opened up, as they say. So, all this stuff just came to a shock to me. It just doesn't even seem real. It just still seems very weird right now for me. It just doesn't even seem real. So, I don't want to say too much. I just wanted to make sure that I was here to let everyone know how important she is. I don't want to talk about her in the past tense. She's just she was a phenomenal woman. Great mom to her daughters, great daughter to her mother, and just a very strong person. So, but yeah.
100%. Thank you. She Got Cakes. We're going to get back to also She Got Cakes. And yeah, I could relate. We could all relate. There are moments where you're like, wow, like, she should be on like our shows, or we should be interacting. Like it feels weird. There's definitely moments, when someone puts up a comment in the chat, like Pink Assassin put up a comment in Mo's chat the other night, and it like gave me goosebumps. Like it made me feel weird because it would be like a comment that she would post, with those emotes, or it was almost like the exact same thing, that it felt like that was her. I don't know if you guys ever had those moments too, but we'll definitely talk about that. We definitely want to celebrate her life, because she really is. I really truly believe she is living. We really want to also celebrate like the moments and everything that she did for each of us. So I'm gonna go to DT Jams Live. I know he was super close with Steph1 as well, and if you want to just introduce your show, how long it's been for you on your show, and there's a reason why I'm asking you guys that as well. But if you want to just introduce yourself to everyone, to what show you do and how long you've been streaming for too.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for having me. Thank you for this forum, Jonah and Honey Flo. My name is DT Jams Live out of Northern California. I'm about 35 miles east of the Bay Area. Been streaming in almost 3 years. October 26th will be 3 years. I'm a former musician my whole life, been involved in music, and here I am. Met Steph1Luv'S 2 years ago at a Bay Area Twitch meetup. She was in my channel quite a bit prior, and so we met. We hit it off right away. She very tough woman, but we met at a Bay Area meetup. So um, I'm so glad that we had this forum. We keep the light shining on that young lady because she was special, so good to so many people, especially as DJs and the mods on Twitch. Um, the way she handled these chats, and you seen her comments and all her data that she was putting in there, was just phenomenal. And that's what I've noticed. I noticed right out the get go, she's coming in my room. Who is this? The way she spoke in the chat room, And then when I had a chance to meet her in person, I was like, okay, we hit it off pretty good. She's met my whole family. Her and my wife actually talked a lot off Twitch. As most of you guys know, I have a daughter that had a double lung transplant about a year ago. She was instrumental in helping us when we lived in the Bay, like with food and trying to encourage us to stay strong and everything. And was really a family, a sister to us. So just the type of person she was, just really, really loving, smart, tough Bay Area girl with two beautiful daughters and a beautiful family.
So true. And I heard that her family might be in the chat. So I just want, sorry you guys, I'm not really looking at the chat. I'm trying to, but I'm probably not looking at the chat too much today. Just want to focus on the conversation. So, yeah, if her family's in here, we're thinking of you, we're praying for you, and you're definitely in our thoughts. To the family members, her mom, her daughters, her boyfriend as well. She talked fondly of each and every one of them as well. So DJ Jonah, we're gonna and props to Jonah, you guys. He was the one that came up with this concept and idea, doing flyers. I know he's behind the scenes type of guy, but we got to give him definitely some flowers. I don't know if men like flowers, but we're gonna give you your flowers for just putting this all together as well and coming up with the idea.
If I may take on personality trait of Steph, I don't want the flowers. She was the most selfless person that I've ever met. DJ Jonah, I'm the baby here. She got cakes, DT Jams, Mo 1, 415. Really, I don't have to say anything. In fact, my silence is because I didn't want to make this about me.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be about her, and I want it to be about her family. She touched people. I think She Got Cake said it best. She was a phenomenal woman. Selfless, looked out for the little guy. That's the reason why I'm even here. What was it? Yesterday? Saturday would have marked 1 year she modded for me. So here I am, like tug of warring whether I'm gonna come on or if I'm gonna stay off. I said, no, let me go ahead and honor my girl by coming on. And I streamed for 2 hours. And I've been telling you in our conversations, it really only takes one of us to say everything for all of us about her. And I thought that because my catchphrase when you come into my room is stop the music. With all of the music tributes that went on last week, I felt like this would have been the appropriate thing. It just lined up, it butted up perfectly for her. Let's stop the music. Let's talk about her. Let's celebrate her with the stories. Shout out to 415. He had something called story time in his stream. And so I'm like, man, this is designed specifically that there go that word, specifically for, the longer tenured, people, the 415s, the DTs, the She Got Cake, the Mo 1s, the mains. Like I say, I'm the baby in the group. Only a year. My voice really, after I stop now, I really have nothing else to say. This was set up so that we could hear those stories. And shout out to the Bay Area. I love y'all, man. I love y'all so much. I'm trying to find property out there. I'm trying to be a part of what y'all moving, how y'all move out there. The memorial service looked like it went off really, really, really well. The barbecue I heard was really, really nice. So I'm really done talking. This is not about me. This is about 415. This is about DT. This is about She Got Cakes and any of the other guests that come on. Let me tell you about my show. My only night is Friday night, and that was the night that Steph would come in and just lay it out. You know, she was, like you had made mention before, like the executive producer, so to speak, always quarterbacking. And when Steph said something, you better do it. And that's just how I did. I just fell in line with everything that she stated. So that's it. That's all I got.
All right, awesome. We also got DJ 415. Hopefully you could hear me. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay. Here we're gonna unmute you. There you go. Okay. How's your sound?
Everything's sounding good. Could you hear us?
Awesome. Sounds great. So yeah. So we're just starting with introductions, what your show's about, and also how long have you been streaming for? And there's a reason why I'm asking you guys this.
All right. I'm 415. This landlady. Uh, I've been streaming for 3 years on Twitch since June. We came pretty much when the pandemic hit real hard, and Steph was one of my day oneers. She came. I don't even know how she ended up in my page, but um, and we just hit it off. She was just a vibe from the beginning.
So true. Yeah, that's awesome. So we're going to kind of get into Steph1Luv'S. Of course, we miss her. We love her. She was more than just a moderator to many of you guys, of course, and more of the guys are coming in. Mo One's going to be coming. We got DJ Main that's going to be coming later. We got DJ Boogeyman we're waiting for as well. So there's a few others that are going to be joining us. And we're also going to have a StreamYards link running through the chat. If you guys want to say a few words and come in, just let us know. Oh, we got Pink Assassin too with us. So we're going to get her to come on as well. And, so many great stories. So let's bring Pink Assassin on too. And we're going to definitely talk about Steph1Luv'S as well. How you doing, Pink Assassin? Good to see you.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Having a hard time, that's all.
For sure.
Sorry I'm a little late, you all.
That's okay. Thank you so much for coming through. Right now we're just kind of in the middle of introducing ourselves, the show you do, and how long you've been streaming for.
Well, I've been off stream for a while, but I've been streaming since September 2001, and I've been on Twitch since December 2020. So
okay, and
I'm gonna
the show?
try to get back. Pink Assassin's Lair. I just discuss life stuff, health stuff, just how people get through stuff like this. So yeah. And she was very encouraging in that. So she told me the last time I was on stream, which was maybe a couple months ago, she was like, an hour is not long enough. I need you to get together and come back. So I am working towards that as best as I can. So
for sure. And there's an interesting pattern with Steph1. That's why I asked how long you guys have been streaming for. One thing I've noticed about Steph1Luv'S is she didn't care if you were a massive streamer, a small streamer, a middle streamer, like, how many following you had, how many years you were there. She supported you whether you were on Twitch for a month, for 2 years, for 3 years. Like, would you guys all agree that it really didn't matter to her if she saw a show that she believed in, she wanted to be a part of it, which I thought was very unique, to want to try to help all our shows, because we're all, we've all been here shorter, longer, right? So would you guys agree with that?
Absolutely.
for sure.
Yeah, so true. So I'm going to ask, I know some of you guys answered this question, but we'll go back to DJ 415. When did you meet Steph1Luv'S, and how did she, become on your show, like as a mod? How did that happen?
So she would come in to my stream, and like you said, she never cared about numbers or followers or view. She would just come in and just be vibing with everybody. She had like like something about her, like she was so friendly, but she would catch on quick if something weird was going on, or somebody was kind of weird, you know. But she would come on and just be a vibe and go back and forth with the mods. So she would always be there faithfully. And so one day I just asked her, I was like, "Hey, I see you're quick on the chat and everything, and everybody loves you. Would you mind being a mod?" And she's like, "No, I love to." And then I was the first DJ she ever modded for. And then before I knew it, she was just modding with a lot of people, and she was good at it, man. She really had a raw talent for that. And then I think it was like 6 months in, I was like, "Man, you're hella cool." I was like, um, "We gotta meet." You know, I was like, "Me and my girl like you a lot. We would like to meet you. Let's hang out. Let's do something with the family, with your mom and your daughters." She's like, "No, I'm busy." Like she would always. It took me a while to get her to come out, you know, and she was like, "Nah, I'll see," and
But she would always send her mom. She would
oh
always
yeah,
send Jenny, to step in to come represent Steph. So we actually met Jenny
Jenny
first in person.
So I would tell her, "Yeah, I got you a shirt." And she's like, "Oh, just give it to my daughter, right?" And then, all right, I'm gonna be DJing in the Mission. It's open to everybody. Just come through. So actually the very first time, she drove by, but she didn't get out the car. She sent her mom over to come and say hi and get the shirt. Um, and
Really?
yeah, and then so it took me a while, like to get her to break out of that shell. And then so I did a Halloween party. I was like, "Dude, you better come." I was like, "Juice One's gonna be here DJing. Just come through. A lot of Twitch people are gonna be here. La Jefa's gonna be here. They all want to meet you. Like, please come, right?" She's like, so finally, she's like, "All right, I'll go." But I think she she didn't want to like kind of admit that she wanted to, you know. But we had built a relationship that we were tight. I used to call her my BFF, you know, because we would. She would always talk to us, and me and her would be on speakerphone, chopping it up with her, laughing, because she was hilarious. And then I think she was like, "You know what? My mom can cook. Can cook."
Is that a bird? Is that a bird?
Oh,
What is
sorry,
that?
it's our dog messing with.
Oh, that's your dog? I thought that was a parrot or something.
That's
I'm like, what
MJ.
kind of dog do you have back there?
He's playing
Do
with
they
his.
make different dogs in San Francisco or what? Like,
They
I've
made
never.
this one different.
It's
Yeah,
a
that
squeaky.
kind of like a unique noise. Oh, okay, it's a
It's
toy.
one of the toys
Oh,
that
like
squeak.
what? Oh, I'm like, we
Yeah.
don't have that here in Canada. But go ahead.
So then she was like, "Yeah, my mom can cook for y'all," and I'm like, "All right, well, are you gonna come with her if she does?" And she's like, "Yeah." And so I think that was her way of like, "All right, I'm gonna go meet you guys." And then once she came over and we were at the party, she was all sitting down, like bobbing her head and singing every song. She was really a music lover. Like she was just a vibe, and she was just hilarious. She because it was a Halloween party. MJ.
And she loved to sing.
Yeah.
So we were all here, it was a party, so it was a Twitch meetup that actually was probably the first original low-key one that we had here. So that was the first time we all met her, and she was automatically family. We never felt any kind of like we're just meeting you. We felt like we've known her forever, and her mom and her girls. We were just family, instant family. And we also gave her her specialty was greeting everybody and welcoming everybody in, because she just had that special way of making everybody feel so like, hey, you're part of our family. Come in, have fun, just ride with us. And she was so good at that everybody would always comment and say, God, this is great. This feels so good to be here. And you guys are so welcoming. You guys are, sorry. You guys are, it feels nice to come into this chat because we're always so welcomed. And so she had that special warmness about her. So that was her niche, that was her specialty. And I think that kind of continued on with the rest of the DJs that she modded for, because I always saw her, always so welcoming with on everybody's chat.
So quick funny story was Twitch had gave us free 5 more follower emotes, and I had 5 slots. So I'm like, man, I'm just gonna give my mods an emote, you know. So then I gave her emote, but then like the next day, she hit me up. She loved the emote. Shout out to Eddie OG, because I told Eddie OG, hey bro, can you make an emote for her? She don't want her picture. She wants something cool, right?
That represented her.
And then Eddie came out with the original Steph1 with the red heart, and then I uploaded it, and then she hit me up like right after. She's like, why can I only use it on your channel? I want to use it everywhere. I was like, all right, gosh, I'll move it.
That's so funny.
So then I moved it, and she's using it everywhere, and I'm glad we did that. You know what I mean? That's the emote right there on the chat.
Would you say that she's, because I think I'm trying to look at the chat too, and welcome you guys. Steph1 was brilliant, like you guys said, at catching every single message. And she would always laugh too. She'd like, Honey Flo, you mash up names so bad, So, but she would catch. She would always catch like everyone. So I saw Charmaine, the villain's comment, saying that she was shy. So would you say that she was more introverted when you met her in person, or extroverted, or what was your take when you guys met her obviously I've never met her in person, but on the phone and through our chats and shows, I always thought she was extroverted.
So she was kind of like serious, like checking everything out first until she broke out of her shell, Yeah, that's what I got from it. She was kind of like serious and just looking at everybody and just checking out the scene, like what's going on, She was very observant for sure.
I think that she was very outgoing and always willing to meet new people, but I think she just had limitations physically, and I really believe that had she not, she'd be everywhere. She'd be out there partying and going everywhere, but she was limited, so it was a little bit hard for her. So this was her a lot of way that she could get out there and have fun with everybody.
It's so true. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for sharing. I appreciate that. We're going to move to DT Jams Live as well. When did you meet Steph1Luv? I believe you might have mentioned it, but we'll say it again. And, how did she become your mod as well? And for all you guys that don't know, like Facebook, YouTube, we're going to right now, they don't know all this lingo, emotes and moderators. Moderator is someone that helps us on each of our shows, just helping the chat. I don't think I have any mods in the building right now. So it really helps when you have a mod. Oh, we have DJ J Jonah, but he's on screen right now. So we're not going to get into
I've been modding.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah.
We got Hams and we got Junior, but Hams and Junior.
Oh, Junior. Okay. I think I'm missing you guys. This is why I need her. But like, so moderators are just ones that really help us on our shows. We also have DJ Allier that just is backstage here. So we're going to add him, and She Got Cakes had to leave for a second, but we're going to bring her back when she comes back again. So we're just talking about Steph1Luv for all that are just coming in the building. And so DT Jams Live, you can, go ahead and mention how she kind of started modding for you as well, and how you met her.
Met her about 2 years ago. I believe I was on a raid with 415. That's how we met. She came from that raid. Met her, and then she started coming in my channel after that, and I would see her in there doing her thing. And then I met her at the Bay Area, the second meetup, I believe, the second meetup at Johnny's Bar in San Leandro, California. And I knew who she was. I know everyone was there at 415, introduced us. Latin lady, they all introduced us. And I went up to her and I said, "Hello, I'm DT Jams Live." And a lot of you heard this story. She goes, "I know who you are." Because she's real firm. And like 415 was saying, she's analyzing things before she dives in, right? And so I go, "Yeah, Steph1Luv'S, I appreciate you coming in my channel." And I said, "I'd like to know if you would come and mod for me." And she goes, "I'll check you out." And I said, "Okay," and then she grinned a little bit with that smile similar to what's on the picture, and met her mom, Raider Mama, and we just had a good time that night, meeting all the Twitch people in the Bay. And so Wednesday rolls around. She says, "When are you streaming next?" I said, "Wednesday." So Wednesday rolled around. I happened to get a big raid, and a lot of my mods were not in. I think Bones Fighter 8 was the only one, and she was in there. And she just started going to work. She identified that Bones was by herself. I think we had, I don't know, 60, 70 people on this raid. And she started welcoming everybody with open arms like she was total family. And I was just so totally impressed, and putting all my schedule in there. Everything that she knew about me was going on that chat. And the respect she had from the people, a lot of people knew her. You got a hype train, girl.
Let's go! Oh, snap.
Yeah.
What? Snap. Oh, man. DJ Jonah. Seriously. 5 gifted subs. Wow, you guys. I didn't even realize. Thanks for letting me know, DT Jams. Wow, you guys. I just want to say that, this hype train and all the trains I've been getting on my show are definitely going to the family. There is a GoFundMe link. I think if you go !donate, you can donate personally to the family and just help them, just give them some encouragement, give them some hope. I'm sure a few of them are listening to the show right now, and we want to bless them. And when you're a blessing to others, in whatever you do in life, when you bless others, it truly comes back to you tenfold. I believe that. So I want to thank you guys for this hype train and blessing the family. It's definitely going to go to them. Alex, oh my goodness. Alex, 5 subs. DJ Skills, 100 bits. Junior, all those bits. DJ Jonah, DJ Allier again. He's backstage, DJ Allier. Who else is there? DJ Phil Skills for those bits. I have to look at another computer, guys. We're going to get back to DT Jams as well. I just don't want to miss anyone. But I appreciate you guys for giving. The Twitch community is honestly been so generous. We've raised so much money. We've done so many fundraisers, from Skid Row to there's been so many, Restoration House against human trafficking to homeless. We're raising funds for the homeless as well. Just so many. Breast cancer with DJ D-Man. You guys have been honestly truly amazing. From any other app, just donating. So we want to be a blessing to the family. I thank you guys. Level 4, 22%. This is something special. Steph1 actually donated. I did a show for about 6 hours. This couple from Denny's that lost their daughter that actually happened to get murdered here in Hamilton. And Steph1 was the #1 contributor on my show, donating, to get my other mod dancing in the living room to raise funds. She was with us for 6 hours on that show, you guys. And that's the person she was. Like, whether you had 5 people in your chat room or 100, she was still there with you, supporting. So we want to be a blessing to her family. And everything you guys donate today is definitely going there. So thank you guys. Level 4, 22%. We have DJ, I just want to make sure I don't miss anyone. Alex, oh my goodness. Alex. 5 subs. Wow. Thank you so much. Alex is another really generous, amazing person too in the Bay Area. DJ Phil Skills, thank you so much for the bits. Junior, DJ Allier, all those gifted subs. Junior again, DJ Phil Skills again. DJ J Jonah. I think I got everyone. But thank you guys. Much love, honestly, to all you guys. So we're going to get back to DT Jams Live, what he was saying. And yeah, and if she touched you in any way, Steph1Luv'S, I want you guys to put a comment in the chat room, because I'm sure her family will maybe catch the replay.
All right, we back. I think I lost Honey Flow.
Yeah, we lost Honey Flow.
Mo One with the gifted subs. How you doing, Mo? Well, I'll get back so we can get on to some other people. She came in on that Wednesday, started going crazy, helping us, became family immediately. The reason I wanted to bring her on is I seen her talent.
Can you guys hear me? I don't know what's going on.
You're good now.
Oh, that is so strange. That's never happened on my show before. That's so strange. But thank you guys. Okay, it looks like you
Steph is here with us.
Every
Seriously.
I've had the weirdest things happen that have never happened, like never happened before. But thank you guys for completing the level 4 hype train. Make sure someone puts in the chat !donate. And you guys can get the GoFundMe page to donate directly to her family. We want to be a blessing to her. And I thank you guys for all the love. Thank you, DJ Hams. So hit that donate GoFundMe page. I think they're halfway near their goal. We just want to be a blessing and help them as well, and just encourage them. So thank you guys. Okay, so sorry, DT Jams Live. Thank you for letting me know, but I didn't even know we were on a train. But go ahead, and I know you were just talking about her as well. Like, how did she have impact on your show as well for you?
Yeah, she introduced my team to do a lot of the background stuff on Twitch, which we were new to. When we first started this, Twitch was like foreign language to all of us. And she knew a lot. She was very smart and she could pick stuff up. And then she knew a lot of people, shout out to 415, my brother, connected me with her, making her part of our family. And just her kindness in teaching us, with how to do, the commands and do all this kind of stuff. And how to get the stream, when to stream, what to do, all that kind of stuff. She had experience because she was with 415, and I believe Mo One at the time. But I brought her on because she, my mods, we were all new, and I had, I think, 3 or 4 mods. She came on and she said, we opened our arms for her, led the red carpet out. Not once did they ever step on each other's feet, and we just learned from her. We learned. And anything we needed or about Twitch or anything, we just dialed her up. You can call her personally and she would help us. But she really became a part of my family. We start knowing each other more personable and found out about her daughters and, her life up in Richmond. Just a great gal, and we definitely going to miss her, but she was one of a kind. And, I'll share a story. I put a flyer up for one of my Fab Red trains a couple weeks ago, and she's sharper than nails. And she calls me and says, "Hey, you spelled 415's name wrong." I was like, "We'll get right on that, girl. We'll get right on that." We fixed it. But she was very, very sharp, and smart, and could do multitasking. DJ Leslie, my daughter, is in law enforcement, and they were looking for 911 dispatchers here in Stanislaus County, California. And Ness asked me, "You know anybody, Dad?" And the first person came to mind was Steph1Luv'S. And I said, "Man, she would be a great 911 operator." So I hit her up, but she had a job, and she had some things in Richmond she's taking care of. But she was definitely happy that we asked her. But she had, can you imagine her in a 911 room, just dialing everything in, speaking, typing, doing everything. She had a great talent. She was very, very smart, and she could pick things up very quick. But just really enjoyed our time with her. She was one of a kind. I've seen her in other chat rooms when I was floating around, and just the respect and the love that she gave to me and my family is priceless. Had a chance to meet her family last Wednesday, and what a beautiful daughter she has, and her mom. I met her dad a lot of the family who hung out 415 put this barbecue together that was just off the chain. And the love for this girl was just, oh, it was overwhelming just seeing how many people really love her. And a lot of people from her family don't really know too much about Twitch or what she was doing here. So we were trying to explain to them, trying to teach them how to get on, and they'll do the things that we do. Come on in, watch the channels, watch streamers, and I think a few might even be in here. But had a chance to meet her dad, her mom, everyone. It was just amazing day, celebration. But only one Steph, one love, and her light will always shine with the Jam Squad for sure.
So true. Thank you so much, DT Jams, for sharing. We appreciate you so much. And oh, wow, I didn't even realize the hype train was still continuing. So this is why we need her. She's such a great multitasker. So I just wanted to say, DJ Mo1. He's going to be joining us soon. Thank you so much. And is it Miss Sin? Miss Sin? Am I saying that right, guys? Thank you so much for the subscription to DJ Phil Skills, for the bits, and all you guys contributing. Much love to all you guys. This is definitely going to go to her family. We definitely want to bless them and do what we can, especially in such a difficult time. We got also DJ Allier that I didn't know you were able to make it. So that's awesome. You came on. We got Mo1's going to be coming on soon, and a few others too. So DJ Allier, why don't you just introduce yourself, your show, and also how long you've been streaming for? That's how we originally started. So go ahead.
Yeah. Do you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I'm DJ Allier from San Francisco. I actually don't really even have a show right now. Back in February, I kind of stopped streaming on Twitch and came back within the last few months. I was on the green platform, and then I've been on Twitch pretty regularly, just doing raid trains right now. But I'm trying to get back to that regular schedule. But yeah, I don't have anything right now. I have been streaming since June 2020. So that's when I started.
Okay, and how did you meet Steph1Luv as well? And how did she become a mod for you?
So I knew Steph1Luv. I think it was just her modding in 415's channel and Mo1's channel. I would frequent there. I think it was kind of what DT said, that we were, because we've been on some raid trains with 415 that are kind of local guys here vibing out, or the show, or certain ones, the mix. There was certain ones that it was kind of a lot of people from this area, and I met her at one of these meetups too, at Johnny's in San Leandro. I think it's the same one where DT met her. And I got the honor to meet her in person, and she's like, "Hey, I'm Steph1Luv," and what was different from DT, I actually asked her if she could join my team, and she was like, "I'm busy right now. I don't." I'm just, she was very in demand. She really was, and she wasn't able to do it at the time. But she always, from the beginning, was just as a friend, gave me a lot of real feedback, and one thing she told me from the time she met me was, she's like, "You're one of the only people that I didn't really know until, this raid train I got in your channel and stuff." She's like, "More people should know you. You need to get on it. You should be promoting more. You know what I mean? People should know about your streams and stuff like that." And this is before she even started modding for me. And she gave me a lot of honest feedback like that. So it was always helpful. And then I was on a raid train where Mo1 was actually going to raid into me. And anyone who's been in Mo1's channel know he routinely has 100, 150, 200 people in there. And I had my mods there. One or two of my mods were there, but she actually whispered me, and she's like, "We're coming in hot. Like, are you have someone who's gonna be able to welcome in people?" And I was like, "I'll give you the sword right now if you want to help me out." She's like, "Give me the sword right now. I'll help you." So he raided me with whatever 150 people, and she immediately went to work. How she had her little format of, she would shout out the raid train, she'd shout out your name, your channel, and welcome everyone. And she had that message that she was shooting out to everyone, so you always knew it was Steph1Luv. And she went to work immediately, And she never gave the sword back. So I was like, I hit her up that night. I go, okay, I'm gonna put you in my mod group on IG and all. She's like, okay, do it. I'm here to
That's
help.
so awesome. I was going to
Yeah.
ask you, what's in the background there? People are asking. DT Jams was making me crack up. He goes, Allie A had a bird that who's that yelling in the background?
Yeah,
I
I was gonna say that because you asked 415, but
Like,
I
I
actually
was
do
going
have a
through
parrot
everyone
here.
trying to mute. I was trying to mute
Yeah, no,
everyone,
that's
and I'm
me.
like,
That's me.
"Is that the dog that's playing with the toy? Now it's a
No,
different noise?"
no,
I'm like,
that's me. No, I
"Okay."
actually have a parrot over here,
Oh, you have
and
a parrot?
yeah, yeah. So I have a
Oh,
parrot
wow.
right outside my studio because my room where I stream is actually separate from the house.
Oh, I thought it was like
So
maybe wifey getting mad at you in the
yeah,
background or
no,
something. I was like,
yeah.
"Oh."
I wouldn't be surprised because today's my son's first birthday, so I
Oh,
only have limited time I could be on here. But
aw.
no,
Well,
that's
we
it. It's the bird. When I
okay.
used to have a talk show, it was notorious. That bird was notorious for interrupting some of the interviews I used to do. So,
Happy birthday to your son.
oh, right
Yes,
on, man. I
happy
appreciate
birthday.
that.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah,
for coming on. We appreciate you, Allie A, as well.
yeah, yeah.
And,
Thank you for having us.
yeah, so, if you guys hear any strange noises, it's, dogs playing with toys and parrots and, a lot of other things going on. So, yeah, if you guys
Absolutely.
wanna mute yourselves, if you're not talking, then that helps, but we also have another one that just came in the building, DJ Mo1. How you doing, DJ
Oh, I
Mo1?
love that intro. Echo, echo, echo.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing? Good afternoon. Sorry I'm late.
That's okay. Good to see you. We were just, just kind of going through introductions. So if you want to introduce yourself, your show, and how long you've been streaming for, just so people could really get a variety of the shows that Steph1Luv'S like contributed to and worked on as well.
Yeah. Well, let me turn that off first. Yeah, my name is DJ Mo1, and I've been on Twitch for almost let me see, it's about 2.5 years now. And I've been DJing for a long time, and I don't want to count in my head right now because I'll forget. But Steph came into my room. I met her on Twitch. I didn't know Steph before, and somehow she ended up on my channel. And she was pretty much one of the day ones. I think she entered my channel maybe like the first week or so that I started streaming here on Twitch. And ever since then, she just started coming back and back. And like everyone says, she was pretty much just vibing out. She was always there, always, inviting, other people to come check me out. And she was just doing like mod stuff before she even knew she was a mod. So, and we just kept vibing like that. She always had so much fun in my channel. So eventually, I didn't have a mod for a long time. And eventually, I asked her to become a mod, and she, was more than happy to do so. So, ever since then we started building. Since even before that, I think when I met Steph, I don't think I was on OBS or anything. I was just, it was pandemic time, and I was streaming off my phone. And she used to even clown me like, oh yeah, once I changed my camera angle, she was like, nah, I don't have to see a sweaty side profile of you. So she had jokes for days, man. So,
For sure.
I appreciated her honesty. But
Hey, real quick, Sexy Virgo is her relative of Steph1Luv'S. She's in the
Oh.
chat.
Oh, awesome. Sexy Virgo. What are you, sister, daughter? Can't see the icon or your picture here. You mentioned that you're a relative. If you want to put it in the chat, how you're related. And if there's any other family members in here, by all means, post in the chat. Let us know. So we could definitely shout you out. Oh, okay. Sexy Virgo says we grew up together. That's awesome. That's super special. Thank you so much, Sexy Virgo, for coming as well. We appreciate you. We appreciate the family too. Today we're coming together just to encourage the family and, know that she was loved and she impacted, shows globally. It wasn't just in the Bay Area. We have people here from the East Coast. DJJ Jonah was close to her. Chicago. I'm from Toronto, Canada. She impacted a lot of people, and a lot more than just the streamers, but also mods and friends and people. So many here. Yeah, Philly. If you guys want to post where you're from And if she impacted you in some way, I want you guys all to post something in the chat. If not all her family's here, but they may catch the replay, I'm going to send it to them. So just post exactly where you're from, so people could see the impact of who she impacted, and also if you guys have a message, any message, uh, you know, relating to her or having some form of relationship, even in chats, post something nice in the chat for her family. That would be nice, encouraging for them to read later. So DJ Mo1, I'll go back to you as well, because I know your time's limited, and then we're going to get back to the others. But how did she impact your show as well?
She definitely tightened up the ship. You know what I mean? Like before, we were just doing things, um, and it was all trial and error. So as I made errors, we both had conversations like, okay, let's tighten this up, and so it just made it more streamlined. So before, um, she came into the picture, it was just doing things just on the fly, and then she would give me constructive criticism like, yeah, do more of that or do less of that, so that's how she impacted my stream, on top of little feedback and
Yeah, that's so true. She was
constructive
like,
criticism.
yeah, she was like a producer, for all our shows. So I'm going to get to the producing side of things after, but I'm wondering, DJ J Jonah, how did she impact your show?
I mean, in every way. You've heard the story before. I've told it. Pink Assassin came into the room first one week. I was super excited, like, yo. And then Steph came in that very next week. And then we had a conversation. She said, reach out to me. I want to talk to you. And she said, just in short. And like I said, I'm trying to talk little. I'm the baby of the group. We got all this experience, everybody that really, really knew Steph. But how she impacted me is that very first conversation. It was just basically, I see a lot of potential in you. Do you have a mod? And I said, no. She said, well, you need a mod. And I said, no, I don't. She said, yes, you do. It was kind of this tennis match back and forth. And everybody knows Steph. When Steph said something, you did it. So I said, okay, I need a mod. And so, like I had made mention before, this past Saturday would have been an entire year. That was the 1 year anniversary of her modding for me. And again, being selfless, it was never about her. It was always about, coaching me what to do, get in people's room. Because see, I come from Mixcloud. I got 1,000 followers over there. I'm popping, I'm doing my thing. I said, oh man, I'm gonna take this Twitch thing to another level when I go live. And it was 2 people in my room for about 4 months. And my attention span is about this big. So Steph, I got to give him all of it. Pink Assassin, Mo jumps in the room one of my streams and gave me this small line. He said, just keep going. Because he saw it all over my face. I'm about to get rid of this mess, man. Ain't nobody checking for me. I'm out. But Steph came at the right time. No, you got to get in there. She gave me all of the ingredients of growing a community. Keep in mind, I'm on the hardest day of the week streaming, Friday night. I'm up against 12 for 12. I'm up against Hippomay, prime time, 8 o'clock in the evening. So she said, she told me, she said, if you trust me, if you listen to me, by the time we get to the fall, we gone. And exactly that. I think my first big break was DJ D-Man's Beats for a Cure for the breast cancer. He put me right in between Chaotic and the real AK-47. I'm in a pool full of sharks. I got 12 people in my room at any given time. They got 100 people every time they go live. But I listened, I followed her direction, You know, as was mentioned before with everybody else, she was more than a mod. She was a friend. And I can't stress that. You know, I can't stress that enough. She was a friend. And so that's how she impacted me, you know. And she was one of the only people in my life that told me, I believe in you. So when you think about that, it gives you a level of invincibility in your own mind, right? Like, man, somebody's behind me, somebody's pushing me. And so without that now, you feel like a deflated tire, you know. But she was a phenomenal person.
Thank you so much for sharing. That gets me a little emotional, just thinking about that, because she said that for all of us, that she believed in us, and I think many people can relate that, you know, like, especially as streamers, a lot of us may not have all our friends and family watching or supporting or believing in it, so for someone to come back and say, hey, exactly what Jonah said, that I believe in you, like, I believe in your show, I believe in your passion, I want to help you, and I was actually scared to ask her to be my mod because I knew she was a power mod on Twitch. I'm just like, I don't want her saying no to me, so I'm not going to ask at all. So I didn't bother asking. I knew she was coming to my shows, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to ask her, but I really want to ask her, but I don't want to ask her because she's with all these other guys, right? And she just offered it. She said, hey, it looks like you can use some help, Honey Flow, and I believe in your show, and you just need some good mods or good support, and I believe in you, and can I be your mod? She asked me, and I was like, I was so blown away. I'm like, you actually want to be a mod of mine? Like, I've been wanting to try to get you for a long time, but I thought you'd probably say no to me. But one quick thing I'll just read out to you guys, and we'll go on to Pink Assassin as well. I wanted to read exactly, and I have been reading it out on my shows this week. But this was her exact like Instagram message to me. It says, you need encouragement and guidance from someone who cares about your passion. I'm here to help. You're a beautiful soul. You need great mods and good advice. Everything won't be perfect, but the changes will make a difference. Those were her exact words, guys, to me. So I'll forever hold on to that. Like, anyone that's ever encouraged, at least myself, a lot of people have passed away, but those were my greatest encouragers, and I think she was something special. She had that gift of encouraging all our shows in some special way, so I just wanted to read that out to you guys because I felt like her words were really powerful. And even when she was here, I was reading those statements when people would tell you to just drop your show or just give up, or what are you doing, or you're doing this wrong. Like, those words I would read, even when she was here, like, print screening those words because they really encouraged me. So we're going to come back to, if it's okay, Pink Assassin. I just how did she impact also your show? What did she do for you as well? Oh, I think you're on mute. Let's see. I'm going to unmute you. Oh, there we go. Okay, you're good.
Wasn't necessarily my show, but how she modded. When she came in with me and Mo, she would always say, I don't want to step on your toes. I'm like, there is no way you could step on my toes. You probably exceed what anybody, if anything, I would say she probably could have given a web or master class on how to be a mod on Twitch. That's about the best way of saying it. She had a gift of it. It was more so her passion, her gift from God, I would say, because she was a welcomer, even though she tended to keep a lot to herself. And there were times when we would just talk off screen. I never got to meet her, even though we both lived in the Bay Area, due to a lot of things that were happening in both our lives. We both were dealing with a lot that many people don't know. And she helped me get through a lot. And I'm going to be honest, I'm having a hard time right now because she's one of 5 friends that I've lost in 5 years. And when I found out that she was gone, it was like, who gonna encourage me when I can't encourage myself a lot of times? And I have some of the most beautiful friends in the world, but she impacted me more than she could ever know. And I think that's what everybody is feeling today, that she was a glue for all of us, for more than just the 12 streamers she streamed for, but all of Twitch. She was glue. And she was a person that had a blessing upon her to give to people even when she felt she didn't have enough to give. She just gave regardless. And what she always told me about my show was that she would always tease me. She was like, I need you to work on getting commands. And I'm sorry, I'm not technologically sound. So I was working on figuring that out. I try to do the best that I can and give to as many people as I can on Twitch. But she mastered the art of giving even when she didn't have. And that's something I learned from her. And it's just a beautiful gift that anybody that can do that, they probably, like I always say, the good don't always stay here that long. There are many people that have such a light that I think the Lord himself needs them back, because they have to give their light to the universe, not just those that know her. So that's how I feel about her. And it's pretty tough today, because I just wish I could have gotten to meet her like everybody else did, and just to hug her. That's it. And I can't say enough about who she was as a person. We had many, many conversations that she encouraged and I encouraged her, and she was just a blessing. That's about all I could say right now. She's a blessing to everybody.
For sure. I definitely agree. And I know one day soon we're all going to see her, very, very soon. And sometimes I wonder, for those that believe in heaven, I sometimes wonder if he shows glimpses of what we're doing, like in this moment, or different moments that we have, to show how much she was loved. And I believe that she believes that and knows that as well. So thank you so much for your words, Pink Assassin. We appreciate you. We have actually DJ Boogeyman. How you doing, Boogeyman? Can you hear me? We have you backstage.
What's going on?
How you doing? Thanks for coming through. We appreciate you as well.
Yeah, I
So
appreciate the invite.
yeah, so we're just starting off earlier, since you came in a little later. Why don't you introduce yourself to everyone, your show you do, and how long you've also been streaming for too on Twitch?
Hold on 1 second. I'm getting an echo on my side.
Oh, okay, no problem. Yeah. And I just want to say hello to the chat, everyone here. There's too many people to shout out right now, but I see you as well. And thank you for coming through. And if there's some message that, something that Steph1 impacted you with, I want you to throw something in the chat for her family as well. Throw it in the chat. I see a question here too. Thanks, Alex. I'll try to grab that one. But if she impacted you in some way, put a nice message in the chat how your interaction was with her. How did she impact you? Even if it was a 5-minute conversation, post it for the family. I know they'll really appreciate reading these messages later. So definitely post it. So Alex also had, while Boogeyman is fixing, Alex had a question. How many people did she mod for Honeyflow? So we were saying earlier that she modded for 12 streamers. 4 of them did talk shows, and 4 talk shows also, half of them did DJ shows as well. So I could read them out quickly to you guys again. The 12 streamers, and if I miss anyone, let me know. DJ Mo1, we had DJ J Jonah, DJ Allier, DT Jams Live, DJ Fam1, DJ Phil Skills, that's in the chat, DJ Boogeyman joining us, 7 57, Pink Assassin 74. She Got Cakes both did talk shows along with myself and DJ Allier. DJ 415 with us, DJ Lou Rock, and DJ Main that's going to be joining us. So yeah, it was 12 streamers. She was pretty much a producer for like all of our shows as well. So we're going to get to, I think, is Boogeyman still there? I think he might be fixing something. Are you still there, Boogeyman? Yeah, it looks like he might be fixing something, his camera. So we'll go over to someone else. We'll go back to DJ Mo1. So she produced a lot of our shows. What type of advice did she give you? Because she always praised you, your show, and your growth and the things that you've done. She would tell me to play the hits. She's like, you got to play the hits like Mo1, get people in your chat room, Honey Flo, like, do it like him, like some of the advice that she was giving me. So what advice in terms of producing, I guess, for your show did she give you?
Yeah, like she when she joined the team, it was from the ground level. So she was pretty much day one, like I mentioned. So everything that we, as we grew, she started throwing out suggestions like, hey, maybe you should add, this command, or hey, like I have like certain emotes on my channel, like the one in particular, the rotating heart. She really wanted that. She's like, can you find that? And then I added that, and now that's like my most used emote on my channel. Like, how you could look at your analytics, that one's used like not only on mine, but it's used across Twitch, like something like 10,000 times a week or something like that. So that was the one that she suggested. And then other things like, she would just, like I said, she would keep a tight ship. She was very much a manager, in every way, because, there was situations when, like I would miss, in my chat, it pretty much, I don't put it in slow mode, so it flies. So a lot of times, as most streamers know, you're looking at one screen, and as we DJs, we're getting something else ready and the chat is flying. So obviously you miss it. Like if you blink for 5 seconds, you'll probably miss a message. Steph didn't miss a message. So that was my extra set of eyes. So she would always like, hey, you forgot to, so-and-so is here. She told you hello, or he told you hello 3 times already. Like, because I'm good at acknowledging people, but I don't do it on purpose, when I'm not ignoring nobody. And it's if I miss it, I miss it. So sometimes you got to add that message 2-3 times in there. And she was the person to remind me, like, hey, so-and-so said hello, or so-and-so just said it's their birthday. And, and I'll go back and like, sure enough, that person told me. So I'll go back and acknowledge that person. So she would help me, catch the things that I missed, certain things like that. And, tell me, what she liked and what she didn't like. She always enjoyed the vibe on my channel. I would try to always give her a break because, I always told her that she was the hardest working mod on Twitch, and I meant that. And I started calling her my super duper moderator extraordinaire on my channel. And it kind of flew, like, it kind of spread like wildfire. So people started saying, oh man, she's a super mod, super mod. So we had conversations about that. She didn't want to like own it. I was like, own it, man. That's you. Because, you're the best out here, man. Own it. If, it's people are saying that for a reason, and she started flying with it. Okay. All right. I'm a super mod. Okay. And at first she didn't want to take that. She didn't want that spotlight. But after a couple conversations, she was okay with it. So, just things like that. She would definitely just help tighten up the ship,
Yeah,
just to
so
make sure everything
true.
was streamlined. Yeah.
And she never missed like any message, because I asked her one time, I'm like, most chat is like flying. Like, I don't know how he catches it, but I don't know how you catch it. But with Steph, I asked her, I said, why do you write personalized messages to everyone? Like, that's a lot of work, a lot of work, even putting all the emotes and
Yeah.
everything in there and doing it so special. And she's like, she goes, Honey Flo, like, I feel like it's important. No one should be missed. Like when
Mhm.
people walk into a chat, no one should be missed. So it's really important for me to do that. And I told her, well, if you're not really feeling too good, why don't you just give it a break? Like,
Yeah.
don't bother. Just go, hi, everyone. Welcome,
Yeah.
Raiders. That's it.
Mhm.
And she's like, no, she's like, I feel like it's important for everyone to feel special when they walk in the room. And that's who she was as a person. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. There was situations where, I'm not gonna lie, like in the beginning, I was hyper focused on the chat. So I would like overly focus. So, I would definitely not miss nobody. But once she started really taking, the wheel, it kind of made me a little bit more relaxed and kind of lazy, where the fact that I know if I miss it, she's gonna catch it. So these last 2 weeks that she's been, I realized, dang, she used to catch a lot of stuff that I didn't. You know what I mean? And now I got to get hyper focused on that, because she would kind of be my extra set of eyes. So she was really she paid attention to detail, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, so true. And were there any funny moments between you guys, either on your show or off your show, that you could think of?
Yeah, I mean, there was there was always things that happened in the chat, and she would say, "Did you see that?" And it just like, she was funny. Some of the stuff I don't think I should be repeating, so I'll just keep it between me and her. She would just be like, so and so, this and that. But there was a lot of funny moments, like we have this ongoing joke in my chat room. Most of you guys, if you guys have been in my channel, I do a lot of channel points. So there's this one particular channel point. So I backtrack. So I don't like Crocs. I think Croc shoes are ugly. I think they're hideous. Put on a pair of Nikes or Adidas or whatever, but I'm not putting on a pair of Crocs. So we would have this ongoing joke. It started with Steph, and then everybody else would chime in. And then I created a channel point. It's like $1 billion channel point, 1 billion channel points just for me to wear a pair of Crocs for 5 minutes. So she was pro Croc and I was anti Croc. So that was like always, anytime that came up, it was kind of like touchy for her, because she loved Crocs. So I would, get the chat going, like, I ain't wearing no Crocs on this channel. And she would start giving her 2 cents, like, they're comfortable. Stop hating on Crocs. So, things like that. We always had like inside jokes that's just one of them. But yeah.
That's hilarious. And speaking of Crocs, we're gonna wait. I know She Got Cakes is heading home. I think we're gonna get She Got Cakes on back on soon when she can, because She Got Cakes got some hilarious stories with Steph1Luv, like super funny. But speaking of Crocs, this is what I was trying to do when you were speaking. This is exactly what I'm wearing right now. Crocs. Like not the kind of Crocs, but they're comfortable. Like I
Yeah.
wear them around my house. They're
We
not
call my
pretty.
channel a no Croc
Like
zone.
I'm wearing them right now, guys. Hopefully it doesn't
See,
look
you'd
too
be on
bad on
timeout
camera.
right now if you were on my channel. We'd mute you for at least
So
60
this
seconds.
must be a sign. I mean, who wears like a nice dress top? I mean, you guys can't see my feet, but this is how old I'm getting. But
Yes.
this must be a sign, because Steph1Luv likes some Crocs, and guess what? I
Yeah.
got some Crocs on right now.
Oh, man.
I think they're made
I
out of
still can't see that.
tires. I think
Now
they're
that's the
made out
joke
of
now.
I think they're
Everybody's
made out of car
pressuring me
tires.
to get a pair of Crocs now. Do it for
Yeah.
Steph. Get a pair of Crocs for Steph.
Yeah, I mean, you should. I mean, they are comfortable, like especially DJing. Or I got to wear like thick. Don't you guys have to wear thick soles now, like for DJing, like this thick?
Yeah.
I know I need to.
I
All
stream on
right.
my socks, for the record.
Oh,
Socks, no.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. Yeah, I couldn't do it in socks. I need like the floor mat from Costco this thick. I need runners this thick. I need the foam. I need everything. I need pillows under me. But we're gonna get to DJ Boogeyman as well, waiting patiently here. Is your are you working now? Let's see. Oh, we can't hear
Yeah,
you.
I'm good.
Oh yeah, we could hear you. Perfect.
Cool,
And
cool.
you're listening to me through StreamYards, right? Not a different
Yes.
device? Okay, perfect. So
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how you met Steph1Luv, and how that
So
worked,
I
where
could
she
give
became your moderator as well.
so I could give you the long story, but I'm gonna try to keep it simple and sweet, since we got so many, that want to share and say a word or two. But really I met Steph through Jonah. Jonah is my brother. I know we may not look, the same, but I talk to Jonah every day, if not every other day, And I was actually kind of like Mo One through the pandemic, streaming on just about whatever we could get on Facebook Live, uh, I can't even think now. Instagram Live. I mean, whatever we could get on Mixcloud Live, and I started getting on Twitch, and Jonah was like, "Yo, you need a mod, man," and I'm like, "What is a mod?" I've never heard of the term. I don't know what they do. Help me out. I need somebody. And he was the one that introduced me to Steph1Luv'S. And I don't know Steph for a long time. I've only been streaming maybe a year and a month now. And, so I don't know her as extensive as, a lot of the streamers up here, but it's really encouraging to even see guys like DJ415, the first one, because I think I'm her last one. I'm not sure of that or not, but I think I'm her last one that she took on to mod. And just a lot of encouragement and a lot of showing how modding should be done. And I was, truly blessed to have her on to really just show how a mod is supposed to be, encouraging. And like you were saying, Honey Flow, I'm a small time streamer. I consider myself a small time streamer. But she was always there. She was always supportive of every show that I did. I think the first one she came on, I was doing like an interview with somebody, because I do this thing called streamer spotlight on my show sometimes, where I just kind of talk to other streamers on my show, kind of similar to how you got your show. Just getting to know people. And she came in and she was not only watching, but she was involved. She made sure that she showed her appreciation for the show, and that's something that I truly appreciated. And it just shows the type of character this woman really was, and the impact that she had on so many lives today. Now, I don't know if many of you guys believe in God or read the Bible that much, but I am. And something that truly impacts me when I read in the Bible the importance of building a good name for yourself. Steph One really did that for herself, and it's so encouraging as we continue on in the Bible, knowing that as long as we have a good name with God, we are assured that we will see our loved ones again. Steph was a loved one, and looking at what we got 70 streaming so far. I mean, 70 with us on this stream, and then we have all of these people saying so many wonderful words. It shows that she had a good name about herself. So like I say, it's encouraging to know, based on the Bible, that we will see her again. So I'm looking forward to that day where we will see each other in person. I've never met her in person. That's the crazy thing too. So I'm looking forward to that time.
So true. Thank you so much for your words. I so appreciate it. And all you guys. And it's so encouraging too. And that was something I was thinking too. I'm definitely not a Bible scholar. Been kicked out of a few one church, I think. But DJing, tiny whiny, by the way. But don't play that in a church. Tiny whiny. Don't do it. But one thing I will say is I'm glad you brought that up, because, I was thinking today, as I was just like, just trying to get some fresh air and thinking about today and being with you guys, what came to my mind too is, it says, there's a verse, and if someone could put it in the chat if you know it, I don't know exactly where it is, but it says to be absent from the body is to be present from the Lord. And one thing I just want to say quickly is, I know she was going through some complications, with her health. Different things happening with her in our private conversations. And May 22nd is when, I don't know, I've never said this to anyone on Twitch or online, but I'm also a believer. I do have faith. And May 22nd, I just felt this urgency to just tell her to get a Bible. I've never shared that with anyone online or told them, but I said, I really think that you should just order a Bible, and I gave her some scriptures. I said, hey, even if you're not feeling like it, just say them out loud, and May 22nd, I looked at our messages to each other later on that night. She came back to me and she's like, hey, Honey Flo, I ordered a Bible. And, sometimes in life, when it comes to faith, we don't understand why things happen the way they do. But, we do believe that, he's got things covered. And even if healing isn't on this side, it's very much on the other side as well. So I really believe that there is a purpose. And the cool thing was, guys, May 22nd, DT Jams Live came back to me and said, "Hey, Honey Flow, May 22nd is my birthday." That was my birthday. So I just thought, man, that is just, you can call it a coincidence, but I call it a little bit more, right? So she knew the mission. I felt like Steph1Luv'S was a straight shooter. She gave me advice on people, on relationships. She gave me so much advice on different things that she was a straight shooter. If I wasn't seeing things or things were foggy, because in entertainment you meet all kinds of people, right? And she was a straight shooter and gave some real solid advice on people and things, and what we should, what I should do with my show as well. So I'll always hold that with me. So thank you, DJ Boogeyman. I appreciate you sharing. She got cakes back. We're gonna bring her back in. I think you're on mute. Let's see. We're gonna unmute.
Hey, real quick, her daughter Alina is in the chat.
Oh,
Alina Marie.
let's see. I'm trying to see the chat here. Great to see you. Is that the daughter in college or the one in high school? Let's see. Oh,
She's the
Alina.
oldest.
Sorry?
She's her oldest.
Oh,
She's the
the
one
oldest
that's
in college.
in college right now.
How you doing, Alina? Great to see you. Make sure everyone throws up some hearts, some hugs, and just throw a nice emote, something for Alina. Thank you so much, Alina, for coming through. Your mom is loved so much here on Twitch, and and it was not just in the Bay Area, it was all across the country. I'm from Toronto, Canada. Jonah's from Chicago. There's so many people. So I hope you get a chance to check the chat, and it encourages you as well during this time. And she talked about you guys quite a bit, and we're gonna talk to She Got Cakes about that too. Especially her daughters were her pride and joy. And she talked about her boyfriend. So we're going to talk a little bit later about aisle 2, which I talk about on my show, Finding Love in Aisle 2. And she talked about different things with her boyfriend as well, but also her daughters were her pride and joy too. And we had a few conversations on that. So thank you so much, Alina, too, for joining us. So make sure you guys throw up some hearts, Steph1Luv'S emotes, and just show Alina and her family some love today in the chat. Just flood the chat room with that if you can. But She Got Cakes back as well. And, She Got Cakes. How did she also become a mod for you? And mention where you're from again as well, so everyone knows.
Stephanie used to always pick at me because I would say 2 up, 2 down all the time, representing VA. And I would go into some of the rooms that she was modding in, and she would say, VA in the building, 2 up, 2 down. And it was so funny because she's from California. And I'm like, what did you know about 2 up, 2 down? But anyway, she would always say it. It would make me laugh. And even off camera, she would always, we would go and just tell jokes and just for hours in, and we would just joke and laugh and all the time.
Oh, I think you're on mute.
I'm sorry, I did that
there we
on
go.
purpose. When you
Okay,
have a
you're good.
6-year-old trying to get your attention and you're trying to do this too, it's
That's okay.
I'm home finally.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just wanted to say, Stephanie, very patient woman, very, very patient woman, especially with me, because I know I can be a handful. I know my self-reflection. I take inventory on myself as a professional. We have to, with me being a clinical social worker and all that outside of podcasting on Twitch. Stephanie, when I first started streaming, she was right there encouraging me to get to the affiliate mark and get to the 1K mark. And then it was to the point it was happening simultaneously. Then when it came to the 2K raid train, I remember her inviting me into certain rooms that she modded for. And I remember DJ Mo1 was right there encouraging, his listeners to support me via Stephanie, because Stephanie would put in a good word for me with the DJs, and she would help me and support me, and she would rally everyone around to help me get to, my goal. And like someone else said, when they got frustrated and wanted to throw in the towel, she didn't quit. She always was just encouraging me to keep going. Even, just off camera, she was always encouraging me to hang in there, and not give up, not to get discouraged, not to get frustrated, because if my numbers weren't looking the way I wanted them to look at that time, she was like, just keep pushing, and just have fun with it. And even when it got to the point where, I had to take a break from social media, she always told me, she said, you focus on you and Bryson. Bryson is my son. And, you know, she always would tell me, she said, Melanie, Twitch is going to be there, because she knew me by my real name. And now everybody else knows, by the way. So that's a special little thing for the listeners. But she would just talk to me, and she said, if you need to take a break from Twitch, you need to take a break. I'm working on my doctorate. I'm a single mother. I'm a clinical social worker. I just lost my mom in 18. She was my right hand. And I remember Stephanie used to say, because she said, you got a lot. And if you need to take a break, I understand. Twitch is going to be there when you come back. And, she always, I never felt bad about taking a break and doing self-care. Stephanie encouraged that, and we would talk to each other all the time about different things that we were dealing with as mothers. And I'm going to tell you something. I used to be on the phone with Stephanie when she was at softball games. Her daughter played softball. She would tell me, she's like, "Now I'm at the softball game." She would tell me about, when they were winning, and she had a graduation to go to for her daughter, a birthday party she had to go to, cookouts with her mom on Sundays. And this leads me to talk about what we used to joke about all the time, because I love Mexican food. Stephanie didn't really like Stephanie didn't eat Mexican food as much as I ate Mexican food. And she would joke me. She was like, Mel, you know what? You're a Blaxican. You eat more Mexican food than I do. And you speak Spanish, and I don't even speak Spanish like you do. I go in the chat and I'm saying a couple of things, and she's like, you know more than I do about Spanish. I don't even speak it as well as you do. And we would just joke about stuff like that off camera, and no one would take offense. That's the kind of relationship that we had. Some people, you got different cultures, and it's like, oh, do I say that? They're going to get their panties in a bunch. We didn't have that kind of relationship. We could talk trash to each other, and just, we didn't take it personally. We would joke about different things. And, her laughter, I mean, it's just, she had an infectious laugh, and we would just vibe. And I always admired how hardworking she was, and that managerial skills that she possessed. Stephanie managed a casino. I don't know if a lot of y'all know this or not, but she was a manager at a casino, and she was responsible for a lot of accounting and keeping things straight. And her skills with her doing that as a supervisor and a manager, it definitely carried over to Twitch. That's how come she was, I feel in my heart of hearts, that she was able to keep so many rooms organized and keep DJs flowing with, keeping the flow of the room, greeting folks, talking to them, just even like down to the raid train. She kept a notebook. She knew who raided me. She knew who we needed to raid in return. She would say, oh, so-and-so raided you, so we need to go ahead on and the favor. And she would keep track of that stuff. And, I was a mod, when I first got on Twitch, but Stephanie took it to a whole nother level. I hit 2 licks at it, and I was like, okay, I'm good. I've experienced it. I'm good. 3 or 4 people I modded for, whatever. But Stephanie was modding for a lot of folks, and she never put me down as far as saying, oh, well, she's small potatoes now. I got all these big time DJs that I'm modding for. Never dissed me and said, oh, well, I don't have time for cakes anymore. I'm moving on to this. No, she stayed the course. She was dependable. I remember I would jump on at 9 a.m. in the morning on Wednesdays, and it would be 6 o'clock West Coast time. Stephanie would be there 6 o'clock in the morning. Like she was reporting to a real job that she got paid to do, like, clocking in. And she did it because she enjoyed it. It wasn't like I would, I had to feel like I had to force her or anything like that. She did it because she was just a giving person, and she just wanted to see people achieve and be successful, no matter how many folks you had in your room or how many people followed you. If she gave you her word that she was going to be there, she was there. It was times where I would be in my room and I'm like, gosh, I'm trying to stream, I'm trying to entertain folks, I'm trying to mod, but she would pop in, even if it was after, a few minutes later, or she would get there before me and it's like, where are you, Cakes? I may be running behind or something, but she would be there, and I've just never seen anyone like her. Just a genuine, good-hearted person, a great mom, great daughter, and great friend. And what makes me so frustrated right now is that, like they say, never put off tomorrow what you can do today. You know what I'm saying? And this pandemic, every year I kept saying, 2020, when everything shut down, I said I was going to take a flight out to California. I kept telling her I've only been out to Cali once, and it wasn't her part. I've never had been to the Bay. I had only been to California once, and it was years ago, and I went to LA, and I was trying to make it my business to get out there. And she knew that with me having a compromised immune system, she never, hounded me about, well, when you're coming. She knew what I was dealing with. And, with me being a survivor and trying to deal with my condition with leukemia and stuff like that, she knew that I was at a big risk of taking a flight out there. So she was very understanding about why I had to put it off to a point where I felt like that it was safe and clear for me to be able to travel. And I had to clear all of that stuff with my oncologist and stuff. But we talked about, like you mentioned earlier about health and different things like that. She and I talked a lot off camera about things that we were struggling with. And she encouraged me to stay strong as a mother, and knowing that I had to take care of myself so I could be here to provide and do things for my son. And she was doing the same thing for her daughters and making sure she was there to mother them and raise them up to be good, wholesome women, young ladies. And, in this day and time, that's so important. And Stephanie was very old school in her traditions in raising and rearing her daughters. And I was just so proud of her and impressed with the way she encouraged her daughters to go to college. And I value education. Everyone knows that when they come to my podcast. I just admired her for what she did. And I can't even enough about her. I'll take up the rest of this podcast. I'm just saying that it's taking a toll on me. I don't even streaming like I used to, and it just feels weird not having her in there. It just feels weird. It's been hard. It's been really hard, especially when you don't have that person that you're used to seeing every time you turn the camera on, and you're used to laughing and vibing with them. And it's just different. It's just different. And I'm still in a state of shock and disbelief. I mean, I got a lot of good memories of things that we joked and laughed about. And Stephanie Stephanie liked East Coast hip hop too, y'all. all y'all West Coast DJs in here. That's a little secret for you, because she loved DJ Phil Skills. She loved her some Phil Skills. She would go in there and just stay for hours in. She liked East Coast hip hop. And I'm like, what? I said, you better not tell anybody that. But she didn't care. She was like, I just love music. But I used to pick at her about that all the time, because I would talk to her about G-Funk and name a couple of folks that I listened to in the 90s and stuff. And she would name stuff that she would listen to from the 90s, East Coast hip hop. So we would just go back and forth about that. That's just one of the things we would talk about when we talked about music and stuff like that too. But
She definitely knew her music. She definitely
she did.
knew
And
it.
she would go in so many different rooms to vibe, and just, she would just blend in like a chameleon. She would just go in there and she would enjoy herself and vibe and talk to folks, and just really friendly and a good-hearted person.
For sure. I'm curious too. Thank you so much, She Got Cakes, for sharing. I really appreciate that. I did some trivia, so you definitely answered all the questions right there. I was going to do a little mini trivia game, so you guys better been listening to She Got Cakes for those answers later on. But we got some special people in the chat too. We got Alina, that's her daughter, and we have some family friends in the chat as well. So make sure you guys are throwing up hearts for her as well, and just surrounding her by love, like with love in the chat room too. I'm curious too, Alina, and any family members in the building right now. Are you guys really into music as much as your mom is? I'm curious about that. Leave a message in the chat. Let us know. I'm curious. But as Paul Mendoza says, he answered part of my trivia question. What type of, and we're going to get into that later, see how much you guys know about Steph1Luv. And if you don't, you can always do a guess, and we'll get into that too. But Paul Mendoza says, Steph1Luv's favorite group was SOS Band. That's probably how she landed on my show, because I always played that on Soul Sundays on a Sunday night. And the SOS Band definitely was her thing. All the old school, right? All the old classics. But I'm curious.
I just wanted to bring it to your attention that DT brought his daughter on camera, and she might want to give an expression or two.
Yes, for sure. So we're gonna go to DT Jams Live's daughter then. Let's see, it's a smaller screen. I wish I could put you blow you guys up. I'm trying to. Here, let me see if this works. Okay, yeah, go ahead. And you can introduce yourself too. Oh, I think you guys are on mute. You're on mute. Let me see. Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
Okay, yes, I can hear you now. Perfect.
Okay. I just want to say that you won't be able to miss our heads from this screen. So first and foremost, thank you, DJ Honeyflow, for having me. I am DJ Nestle. Thanks, DJ Jonah, for allowing me to speak. I am DT Jams Live MC. I have been MCing for him a lot, actually, these last couple of months. But let's not make this about me. It's about Steph1Luv today. I never got the chance to meet Steph1Luv. I actually met her through our chat, and it felt like I've known Steph1Luv my entire life because of the love and the positivity that she brought to my life. About a year ago, actually, I've been in law enforcement for the last 3 years, and about almost 2 years, I entered the police academy. And that was probably one of the hardest things I had to do in my life. It was the most challenging. It was all a mental game. And Steph1Luv checked in with me personally and my family day to day, whether it was on a stream or sending my dad a text or just encouraging me that I could do it. Having a Hispanic female going through the police academy, she was impressed for one, and she stood on my booty, that's for sure. She even reached out to me Instagram and just continued to encourage me, and I can't express enough the motivation that she gave me through not just Twitch, but Instagram and reaching out to my family, making sure my mom and dad were always good. Moving on to the patrol side, once I got to the Modesto Police Department, once again, there Steph was checking in on me. She became more of like my mom through online and just making sure that I was good, that I was getting rest, make sure I was eating. And she's actually a lot like my mom. They don't like pictures. My mom hates pictures. And Steph1Luv'S shows, my mom shows tough love to me. And Steph1Luv'S just, I felt like loved me like her own daughter. I played softball. I know her youngest daughter played softball as well. And just being there for me throughout my law enforcement journey meant a lot to me and my family. And then also she showed a tremendous amount of support going through when my middle sister went through her double lung transplant. You guys know Bones Fighter 8 and her incredible story and her journey. Steph1Luv'S was right there offering to freaking drive here to Modesto, bring us food, drive up to Half Moon Bay to San Francisco, whatever it is that my family needed. Steph1Luv'S was willing to do. And that just says a lot about her character, her family. Her family became our family instantly. Twitch, it kind of took me a while to figure out. I haven't been able to be a part of Twitch as much as I like to because of law enforcement. However, I'm no longer in law enforcement. I realized that it just wasn't for me. And I'm transitioning it over to a different path. But I was actually able to FaceTime and get to know her daughter, Aaliyah. And wow, both daughters are incredible. First and foremost, they are so beautiful and they remind me of their mother, even though I didn't get to meet her. But man, they are so talented. And the stories they shared of her were incredible. And I really appreciate Aaliyah allowing me to get to know her and the opportunity to speak to her on the phone and see her face, and then meeting her at her service. Those two, they did a phenomenal job with the celebration of life. And I cannot wait to go to her graduation in September. My girl is getting her master's degree. Shout out to Aaliyah. Okay.
Awesome. Shout out to you.
Drop a bomb.
Master's
DT.
degree.
Air horns.
Aaliyah. Oh, thank you. I don't have any horns at all. I just have this. Ooh, I got to get what you got, DT Jams Live. Thank you so much for sharing. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Oh, I just want to add in one more thing.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So
Yeah.
before I started emceeing, I was actually DT Jam's backup dancer on his streams.
Nice.
And Steph1Luv'S loved seeing me dance back here. She would always be like, "Where's your dance queen? Where's the hype queen?" Because here I was, I put on my Apple Watch and there was my workout, dancing, getting all those calories off. And she would always ask where I'm at. My dad would always be like, "She's on patrol, or she's sleeping, or she's doing this." But I think that my energy and where God's plan has for me, and the motivation that Steph gave for me. She told me I have a gift. When she heard me on the mic, when she seen me behind a camera, she said what I had was talent, and it was incredible. And I am a mini DT Jams Live, just with a lot of hair. And so her life and soul will forever live on, not just on Twitch, but in the entire worldwide. We will forever mention her. Her emote will go viral daily on everybody's stream. It's going viral right now. And I'm going to use her as motivation to really take on emceeing and this whole Twitch streaming thing. So Steph1Luv'S, I love you. I love the entire family that's in here. And we love you. We support you all. And thanks for having me, guys.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And you got a powerful voice, girl. So I see you going very, very far. So definitely keep at it. I see you going further than streaming. You should actually look at radio too. You definitely have that presence and that voice. Someone special.
DJ, honey.
Yeah. Yeah.
One more thing.
Yes.
Looks like Raider mom.
Yes.
Is Steph's mom. So what we like to do at this point is ask everybody to put hearts in the chat for Raider mom, along with Alana and also her cousin. So if we can put hearts in the chat for them, please, just pouring out our appreciation and our love to the family for their loss at this time.
Yes, I just saw Raider Mom come in the building again. As thank you, DJ J Jonah, and for putting this idea together. Props to you, Jonah, for this idea as well. So Raider Mama is the mom of Steph1Luv, and we just want you to know how much she's meant to each and every one of us. Raider Mama, we want you to know that she impacted so many people globally, so many more than you would even know. I'm coming from Toronto, Canada. Jonah's from Chicago. So many people in the building posted. So I hope you could catch the replay and see all the comments of your daughter, just all the lovely comments posted of your daughter as well, and how much of an impact that she made, not just on the West Coast or in the Bay Area, but pretty much all across the world. And what an encourager she was to other people too. So definitely throw a nice message for the family, you guys, the daughter, the mom. I know it's definitely not an easy time, but definitely throw a message up, for them, an encouraging message for them too. So and just know how much she's loved, right, by all of us. So we're gonna see. Let's see here. I was gonna go back to DJ 415. I don't know if he's still there. So we can wait until he comes back and, go to someone else here too. Now, was there any funny moments that you guys had with Steph1Luv? I know she got cakes mentioned a few because she was a real joker too. She had a sense of humor, Okay, DJ 415's back. Did you have any funny moments that you could think of, DJ 415 as well?
She had me sitting on her lap.
All the time. She was just she's just a vibe, like I said. This one time in particular, because she loved Hilda, Latin lady. She was like, she was she was sitting down, and then like, hey, come here. Latin lady's like, where? Like, come here, just sit on my lap. And she's like, what? And she just grabbed her and sat her on her lap. But Latin lady's 4'11". So she's just a vibe,
Oh,
man.
that's hilarious. So she asked her to sit on her lap, being 4'11".
Yeah.
How was Steph1Luv tall? Pretty tall?
Yeah. She was taller than her, than Latin lady for sure.
That's
No,
hilarious.
she just I don't know. She really loved Hilda. Like and she just grabbed her and sat her on her lap.
Oh, that's cute.
It was just funny. Yeah, there was a lot of funny moments. She was very, very funny and everything. And she would just, like, she'll see something in the chat and boom, I'll get a text. Hey, did you see this? Like, what's this fool talking about? You want me to ban him? Or like, because there's some viewers that are, I know them, so it's like it doesn't bother me. But she would take it like, "What's going on? What's up with that? Why they say that? You want me to cut them?"
I could see her in her West Coast. By the way, I love your West Coast accents. Like, I love them. I don't know. There's just something about, you guys, all your accents. I just love that West Coast. But I can see her saying that because she would always say that on my show. She'd be like, "What's this fool doing, Honey Flo? You want me to cut him? You want me to?
Yeah.
You want me to block?" But like friendly Canadian here is like, "Well, let's just give him another try. Don't worry about it." Is that Jams Live? Is that Jam? Do you and the sound effects? I need your sound effects, Jams Live. But I love your West Coast accent, so I could hear her in her West Coast accent. Honey Flo, you want me to do this? But one thing I loved was she was a straight shooter too. She really gave solid advice, and constructive criticism or anything, not in a bad way, in a good way, just with your show, what it needed to improve on, right? What you needed to do. So DJ Boogeyman, is there any funny moments you could think of with Steph1Luv?
So the only funny moment I got was when I get a bad troll one time. Troll, if anybody doesn't know what a troll is, basically it's like a person coming in trying to get information, scamming, things like that. But I had a troll and she handled it like a beast. and because she was messaging me, while the stream was going on, and she just outright asked me, "Do you want me to get rid of them?" and things like that. And I said, "No, go ahead, mess with her and see what happens." So I'm just reading the chat, and they're just going back and forth at it. And then next thing you know, she just kicks them off. But it just shows you she just had a comedy side to things too. It wasn't all strict, and especially like when I would play West Coast music. So that's why I agree with you fully with that. She was really into the mix with West Coast music. So and like 415, she was definitely a vibe, especially when you put it on too. So that's all I
So
got
true.
though.
All right. Yeah, I think she loved the shenanigans. I know I did a mod special. I'm going to get to Jonah in 1 second. I did a mod special with my other moderator, Tara Lees, and she loved it. Like my mod was like lying down on my couch doing something strange with her daddy long legs. And I didn't know she was doing it behind me. Like I'm only 5'1". My other mod's like almost 6 feet. So her legs were extending, her feet were extending at me. Oh yeah, it's Tara Lees right here, daddy long legs. And her feet were extending out to my turntables, and she kept doing this footsie dance like this. You couldn't see her body, you could just see her legs going like this around me, right? And Steph1Luv'S was like laughing hysterically. She's like, "You guys got to do a show together. Like, you guys are hilarious, like oil and water." So I remember that on that show, she was loving it and loving Tara Lee's dancing. But we're going to get to DJJ Jonah too. Do you have any funny moments? I know you have a lot, Jonah, I'm sure.
Well, Netflix actually brought up DT Jams, not pronouncing my name correctly. That was hilarious. I was DJJ Joanna. That's what he was calling me. And actually, I don't know. My DJJ, the JAY Jonah, was taken when I built out my account. So that's why I've got the 9 J's in between. But one of my funny stories is that Steph was a straight shooter. One night, I guess I was really, really off in my transitions. And so she was like, "Jonah, your transitions were rough." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, Steph." That was pretty much a lot of our conversation was, "Wait a minute, Steph." Like, wait a minute. What are you talking about, Steph? So I'll go, because I record all of my sets. I went back and she was 100% right. And, we laughed about it, but she was 100% right. And I just thought that was really, really funny because, DJs, we have some of the biggest egos in the world. Like, I killed everything. I killed my set. I killed this. I killed that. But when Steph says something, you had to really, really listen. And I went back and I said, "You know what? You were right. I was off that night." So, but I thought that was like one of my funny moments.
Yeah, that is funny. What about you, DJ Mo1? Was there anything funny that you could think of or anything in your chat with Steph1Luv'S as well?
Oh, a bunch of things, man. Couple. When you guys talk about Steph was the enforcer, she was the enforcer, man. So she didn't even have to ask me. She would just cut somebody off if she already knew what type of vibe we have on our channel. So if it wasn't right, it was like right away. Funny story. One night I was streaming, and man, the guy probably said like 2 words, and boom, bam, like right away, and the whole entire chat saw it right away. And they were like, "Whoa, you see that? You see?" And the talk came about that. And they were like, "Man, I feel safe in this channel. I feel like ain't nobody gonna come in here and touch me right now." And that just became a joke throughout the night. Don't worry, Steph is on the job. She got the sword. She cutting fools off. That was just one of the stories. And another one is like I told you, she was down with me since I started streaming. So, when we ran around and set up these channel points. I got channel points on my channel. I originally, I've told the story many times, but for y'all that haven't heard this, originally I set up a channel point, a shot redemption, right? So I'll take a shot if you choose the points, right? So I didn't know what the hell I was doing, like most of us. So I set those channel points up really low, right? So like 400 or 500 points for a shot of tequila or whatever. So when I first put those up right away, she was the first one. Doom, 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 doom. And Steph had hella channel points on my channel. So she started choosing them. Man, she probably chose 5 of them, trying to really get me drunk. And then the rest of the chat followed in. So I probably took like 8, 10 shots. And I'm over here trying to figure out how to turn off my damn channel points. And I'm like, oh man. So I took every shot that everybody redeemed that night. And after that night, thanks to Steph and a couple other people in the chat, I raised my channel points up. So it's like 40,000 if you want me to take a shot at tequila, because you guys try to kill me for 500 points a shot.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. I know Steph would do stuff like that too. Like one night she just loved using the channel points and messing with you a bit too. So I have corporate attire. I have a Batman mask I got to wear. I got to wear fur. So they put that all on me. Like she didn't care if there was 10 people or how many people in the room, she would be like, okay, let's redeem this and let's get her to do that. Right.
Yep.
So she definitely had a sense of humor. And yeah, she could have played lots of roles, like being a police officer, being a security guard, and I
Bartender.
appreciated that. Yeah, bartender. And what else? What else? I mean, there's so many different things, right? I'm sure she got a lot of skills working in the casino.
Yeah, for sure.
As
I
well.
think one of her best superpowers was her how would I say it? She was hospitable. She was a great host. She was very welcoming. She was very warm. She was it's like you're coming into her house and, hey, you want something to drink? Food's over there. If you're hungry, bathroom is down the hall to the left. She was great at hosting and making people feel warm and welcome. Very great hospitality here on our channel. And I'm sure she carried that on to everybody else that she streamed for. But, that was one of the things that, we decided early on the channel, man, we got to make everybody feel welcome. And she was awesome at that. She was the best on Twitch doing that.
So true. Is there anyone else that wants to add to that? Pink Assassin, can you think of any funny moments that you had with her?
It was in Mo's set maybe about 3 months ago, and he streamed on a pop-up on Saturday, and I think I hadn't had my coffee or breakfast or something, and I don't know what I did, but she was like, girl, I need you to hurry up and eat breakfast because you are struggling right now. I was like, I know, Steph, I know. And I don't know what I did in the chat, but I messed up the chat to the point where it slowed the whole chat down. I hit something wrong, and then of course she corrected it, But I just laughed about it, and she was like, "It's okay, sis. I know you're struggling today. It's okay." So she just basically had everybody's back, and that was something that I know everybody will always miss about her, because there are times when you're like, you want her to rest, but she makes sure you rest, and she just took care of everybody. That's just who she was as a person.
So true. Definitely so true. And she would always give different advice. So I'm going to ask, is there actually, before we, move on, is there anyone else that has anything to add with that?
I got one.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
A couple of them. We were at Mo's channel one night, and this guy was getting out of line with my Bones Fighter 8, which I didn't think was too inappropriate, but she 86 this guy at a Mo's channel for he was being a little aggressive with Bones Fighter 8, joking around. And she messaged Bones saying, I got your back, family. We don't tolerate that here, blah, blah, blah. And so Bones was so tickled and proud that Steph1Luv'S had her back and made her feel like a big sis. Another time, it was on Mo's birthday on a Friday night, and we started drinking, shots were going viral. And she's like, DT, you need to stop, because, I was encouraging Maine to take more shots, and we were lit. And she was just joking around. DT, we're gonna have to lock you down or boot you out, because no more shots for Maine, because we were having a great time. And I told Maine to go order some menudo, and Steph went and looked in the area where she can find some menudo with DoorDash and all that. We got him some menudo right to his front door, like 12:30 a.m. on a Friday night. So I sent that picture to Steph and Maine, and we all laughed and had a great time. But she was just getting on me for encouraging him to do more shots.
Yeah, she saw things too from such a different perspective. That's why I feel like it was more than just a moderator. She really was a producer for our shows. Like I remember there was times in, my show I joke around with some regulars and, some of them say a few inappropriate things. My show's pretty relatively PG if you haven't guessed by now on the Honey Flow show. So there was a few just saying some things just to razz me a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, it's fine. It's my regular. It's okay." But she pulled me kind of aside and she said, "Yes, PG Vinny code." And she pulled me aside and she said, "Hey, Honey Flow." And I was actually surprised she said that because I was like, "Oh, I don't see any problem with it. People bug me all the time. It's not a big deal." And she's like, "No, you got to have people respect you." So she's like, "This is your show, and even though it's a joke and it could be a regular people on your show that you're used to, like throwing stuff back at you, like new people coming on don't know that. So, you know, they're going to treat you how other people what other people are doing basically, right?" So I was really surprised by that. She really kind of stood up for me and she's like, "No, she's like, you got to demand that respect on your show, right? And if you're doing things a certain way, then you got to do it that way and be true to who you are. And even though it's a joke, like new people coming in don't know that, and then they're going to disrespect you." So that was kind of some side advice that she gave me that I wasn't even really thinking. Because sometimes I'm just like, whatever, just let it slide. It's okay. No confrontation. But that's what I mean about a straight shooter. She really gave you good advice and was really, really honest with it. And she really wanted to see you succeed, right? Your shows. Um, so that was really good with that. Now, do you guys have any interesting like raid moments that you've had like with her? Because I know sometimes she'd be in like Mo's chat or like others. I didn't see like a million mods in there, and sometimes I see her doing it on her own and she would always tell me she thrives. I go, "That's crazy. Like I could barely handle 20 people. How do you handle 100 people?" And she said, like, "I actually thrive on doing that, messaging everyone personally. And like, I'm okay with it. I'm so used to doing that with large rooms." So was there any interesting moments? We'll go back to DJ Mo one, especially for you, because you have a large chat room that's always flying. Any interesting raid moments or moments you could think of with her as well?
Man, every raid I've ever gotten, she's handled like a pro. And I would tell her, "Man, it's okay if you miss people. It's all good." She's like, "Nope." She would scroll all the way to the top, make sure she got everybody. She was a pro, man. I would often tell her, "Hey, we'd have conversations." I said, "Hey, take a break if you need to, man. Don't, I don't want her getting her carpal tunnel, getting everybody in the chat." I'd let her know, "Hey, it's okay if you miss people." Like, "No, we got to get everybody." And you're right. She would thrive off of that. She would tell me, "No, I love it here. I ain't taking no breaks. This is my getaway. This is my escape. I love it here. I love the vibe on your channel. I love the music you play. I love how you are on this channel. So I'm gonna be here." So she just, when you love something, you do it with a passion. And she was real passionate about this whole mod thing and Twitch and the whole community, not just mine, but everybody on this panel.
So true. What about the rest of you guys? DJJ Jonah? Is there any stories you could think of, like any, with a raid coming in or anything that she was prepping or preparing you for? Or
Well, I've got one that was actually a disaster.
okay.
And when you involve me, usually that's what happens. So 12 for 12 is about to raid into us, and they actually raided into us. And I'm gonna speak about her professionalism as a mod. So we receive it. I'm ready to go in. I've been prepping. Got my music together. We welcome them in. And I want to say about 4 minutes into the raid, my ISP decides to go down on me. So here you got, Drew Williams, Flodak music, all of this, and I still consider myself a small streamer. Shout out to, again, I always salute the generals in the room, Mo, 415, DT, these guys, hundreds of people all the time. So anyway, you talking about somebody that felt like a deflated tire, that would be me, right? And again, to her professionalism, she's already in contact with Flodak. She's already given Drew Williams a text. I call her, I said, yo, my ISP, my internet is dead. And not a cloud in the sky, not a raindrop on the ground. For whatever reason, there was a major outage in the area. And so, we talking about raids, it's like, oh. And I remember she called me back. She says, don't feel bad. I got you. And she said, I'm giving you air hugs right over the phone. And, just that was Steph, man. Like, so selfless, just on top of it. There was no, hey, could you get in contact with these guys? It was already in play. She said, look, I already sent messages, whispers to both Flodak and to Drew Williams. And so because of it, our scheduling hasn't necessarily been where it's lined up, but I have gotten invites back to that raid train because that was one of my major concerns because I was going to raid into the party rocker, Kev G, after my set. So it was really a really big moment for me. And I had pancake all over my face, but she she kind of took the virtual, napkin and wiped my face and told me it'll be okay.
Yeah, and she was always like that, like, even when she wasn't feeling well, you know? I mentioned for her to, like, kinda she didn't have to mod, regularly or anything for me. Just if she's not feeling well, I wouldn't feel comfortable for anyone, like, trying to do all that, but she also said that, that's where she gets her, like, that's where she's happy as well, right? To be doing this and to be on Twitch with all of us. That's where her happiness definitely came from, right? But I remember I had a big guest on, Jay Chalet, and I mean that girl hit like 12 million people like online, So I was pretty nervous trying to prepare. And she kept saying, you got this. You got to be confident. Like, you got this, Honey Flow. And she's like, don't worry. Just like you said, Jay Jonah. She's like, I got you. Like, don't worry. That was her words all the time. Like, don't worry. Even before you asked, she's like, I got you. Like, I got you on this. I'll be there. And I said, are you sure? Because I don't know how many people I have in the room. That might be a lot for you. And she's like, oh, don't worry about it. Like, I'm okay. Like, I kind of thrive on having a lot of people, and I'm okay even if I have to do it alone. So, did she also order anything for you guys? I thought you mentioned that, Jay Jonah, in our personal calls, or food, or always asked if you're okay. I can't remember if that was you. I talked to a few people this week on that.
No, we were just always well checking.
Oh,
That
okay.
was always me, always well checking for her, trying to see if and then she would actually, whenever we would engage, she would always ask me, had I eaten? And shout out to Raider Mom. Like I said, I want to make a special trip out there just to meet. But she used to talk about Mama's cooking all the time. Hot dogs and eggs, hot dogs and eggs. That was the one of the, and then the Spanish rice. I was going crazy over some Spanish rice, and she was like, "You ain't had no Spanish rice like you had my mama's Spanish rice." Those kind of conversations, just always upbuilding and always bigging mama up. So we love mama.
Yes, Raider Mama. For all you guys that don't know that just came in the building, this is Steph1Luv'S mom. We have her daughter in the building as well, and her cousin. And we're just so honored that you guys are here today sharing these moments as well. So definitely throw some hearts, some Steph1Luv emotes for Raider Mama. That food sounds real good. Real good.
Oh, and it is. That's what she would always tell us. Man, my mom be getting down, and she would never come empty handed. She'd always bring us a lot, and then she makes some bomb ass cupcakes too. And they actually, so we actually will have them over for Thanksgiving, and we started doing movie nights, and you know, um, and they're just family, man. And I told them, hey, you guys are still coming. You know, you don't gotta bring nothing, because they would always bring a lot, a lot of good food. But yeah, it ain't gonna be the same. But
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Anyone want to add anything to that as well?
I just wanted to add, we were talking about Ray's a little bit. I just want to talk about the comfort level that she made me feel as a streamer. And I'm sure a lot of you other streamers felt it as well. One, in the fact that, she could sense the tone of where we're going at, well, at least as a DJ, where we're going at with the music, or especially when we're coming to an end. And something that stood out big time is when she would already have that raid message ready. Like, I never had to say, can we get a raid message going when she's in there moderating. And that really it showed me that she's paying attention to this stream. She knows what's going on, and she's asking me who we going to, so she can properly, invite me to the other person's stream. And the second point was when I had my first, like, I guess you say big raid. I think it was like a little over 100. It was a raid from my big brother DJ B. Matter of fact, he raided into me, and it was my first time getting that many people. I felt a little uncomfortable, but she took hold of the ranks. She made sure all the DJs got their flowers. Everybody was getting shout out, and she made me feel comfortable so I could really just focus on the music. And just like I said, it just shows what type of person she is. A very caring and humble person.
For sure. And just, piggybacking on what you said, what character traits would you say that she had? You just said caring. She was a really caring person to others. I heard hardworking in here. What are some character traits that you guys could say that she had? For me, the number one thing would be she's an encourager. Not too many people have that gift, and she really had that gift of encouraging people. And again, those they may seem like small words, but they're really huge. As you could hear all these stories here with each of us, there's a pattern that she encouraged all of us. So I would say her biggest character trait definitely was being an encourager and loving on others, being an encourager to others. What would you guys say that comes to mind? Anyone that wants to jump in?
Just kind and very patient, as I said earlier. Kind and very patient. A lot of self-determination, too.
100%. DJ Jonah?
Yeah, I put it on the flyer. My favorite three characteristics is her loyalty, her dedication, and also her strength. She was a very strong person, very strong. There was a situation where that came up about adding more mods, because as I've been growing, I'm looking at the landscape of Twitch. You've got teams of mods in different DJs' rooms. And so I said, yo, Steph, what do you think about such and so forth? I'm going to protect the names. I'm not going to put nobody's name out there. And she was like, Jonah, if you add another mod, I'm not coming back. I said, Steph, we will never discuss this again. That's just what it was. I mean, when I've said this all day, all interview, when she said something, it's for me, I just followed through. But yeah, loyalty, dedication, and strength. Those are my favorite three.
Love that. Awesome. What about? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and it's she would make sure to ask you to go check out and help somebody else. Like she got cake into my streams, Jay Jonah into my streams, and like few others. And she would do the same for me. Like, hey, come over here, and she was just always trying to help everybody. The whole and I love her for that, because I know if she did that for me, you know what I mean. She would do it for everyone else, man. That's just the type of person. She wanted to see you grow and be good. You know what I mean? Succeed on Twitch, and man, she's just awesome.
If I can
100%. Yeah.
piggyback off of 415, the reason why me and DT Jams are so close is because of Steph. In fact, I got invited to the movement off of a phone conversation between DT and Steph. And then they bridged me on and we had a nice conversation. And I run a raid train called 3 Times Dope. And I really wanted DT, and I didn't know him at the time. I hadn't really built a relationship with him at all. And I'm like, Steph, your reach is longer than mine. Your voice is stronger than mine. Could you please ask him? Could you please? And DC was like, yo, where do I sign? And the rest is history. We've been super cool ever since. Shout out to DT.
Yeah, she was I didn't check my IG messages in a timely manner for her, so she was on me in text. Jonah sends you a message, you need to do this, check it right now. And I was like, hey, done, no problem. That's when I went in. We did that conference call. And Jonah, the passion she had for you, bro, you know, and I can see that she wants you to succeed. And you know, that conversation we had that night, you know, collaborating and talking about Twitch and music and what you guys were doing with that brand, you know, 3 Dope. And she was so behind it. She was it, you know, and watching her, I haven't seen her work like that behind the scenes other than just with me and my mods, but to be part of your project and watch her really use her talents, you know, and her opinions and what she thought was awesome. You know, that was an awesome conversation. That was an awesome meeting, man. And then of course we met, and so rest of history, man.
So true. And she brought some of you guys to my show too. You know, being from the West Coast, sometimes you don't cross over too much being from Canada and you guys from the States, from the West Coast, the hours as well. But she would be like, Honey Flow, you need to start bringing on some. I'm going to give you a list of all the West Coast guys you need to start interviewing. I actually still have messages, which I'm going to go back to them, of names I don't think I've even heard of yet on Twitch, because there's like 10 million streamers on Twitch. It's a lot to get to. Although the DJ community, you know, and streaming community seems small, there's 10 million people on streaming on Twitch right now. So the visibility, you don't always see all the shows. Even if you're following, you don't even see half of the shows being posted. But yeah, I have messages from her still in my inbox saying, you need to interview this guy, or I'm going to link you to some more West Coast guys you could interview. I believe she mentioned Alex, which I didn't interview. So I'd love to bring you guys on, you know, in the future as well, now that I'm getting to know you guys better. And just keeping her legacy and keeping her memory alive and keeping the connection of how she wanted to connect all of us together, right? And if you look at all of us, like this is just a few of us on screen, guys, that she modded for and produced. There's so much more that aren't even here today, right? So I think that's extra special. And big props to Mo1 too for coming through. I knew he had to leave. But yeah, she definitely mentioned you guys and how you need to get them on and start connecting. And she's like, yeah, I want to connect you with some really, really good people, like from the West Coast as well. So it's pretty amazing. Like I said, a connector and a networker and an encourager. What about you, Pink Assassin? Is there some words that you could think of that come to mind with Steph1 for you?
Pure, authentic, and genuine. Those are the 3 words that I have for her. Very pure, authentic, and genuine. She, like everybody said, she always would speak her mind, which we have in common. So in certain conversations, we would go at each other, and she'd be like, "Look, sis, I know what you're thinking, and I know what I feel, and you're right, but there are ways that you can go about it that people will be able to hear you." And she had a point, and then I would tell her something, and she'd be like, "You're right," and we would just check on each other. And that's pretty much how she carried herself throughout life. So yeah.
So true, definitely. You know, and look at how different all our shows are, right? 4 talk shows, 12 streamers all together. You know, 4 talk shows. 2 of them, of course, is talk slash DJing. Like, if I look at the variety of all your personalities, it's pretty amazing. You kind of wonder, like, what were some things that she saw, like, and she told each of us what she saw in all of us, right? That takes so much time. It takes a lot of effort so for me it wasn't just even modding, it was beyond modding, you know, just everything and all the effort that she put into it and all the work. I was curious if she ever said, hey, we got to find a name for your show. So for example, she said to me, girl, you need a name for your show. She's like, why don't we call it the Honeybees? You know, she's like, I like your name, but why don't we do something fun like that? Every show has a name, that group, like, is kind of like a group or a club, right? And she's like, you need that for your show. And I know She Got Cakes got a name too from her, but we'll wait until she gets back. Did she have any names for you guys that she thought of, like DJJ Jonah, or any advice on that?
Well, Hilda just reminded me. Yeah, I didn't. I seen some other DJs that had like their, like Jaybird had. He called his people, his viewers, the flock, um, or something like that of that sort. And she was like, "Man, we gotta come up with something for you." And
The one we have isn't working.
yeah, the one we have ain't working. I was like, right, yeah, but what we gonna call it? And she's like, "How about the 415ers?" And I'm like, that sounds kind of. But we're just making jokes about hella different names, and yeah, so eventually we came up with Team 415. But
I
yeah,
like it, Team 415. That's such a
yeah,
Bay Area West Coast thing.
but she encouraged that. You know, I had never even thought about anything like that, and yeah, man, she's one of my day oneers, and I truly don't miss her for sure.
She said that for a lot of shows, yeah, and I was like, I don't know, Steph1, honeybees. I don't know. I don't know if the men are going to gravitate to honeybees. Maybe it sounds a little too feminine. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think, but she's like, no, man. Like, she's like, honeybees is cute, and she's like, you could raid in with a bunch of bees too. I'm like, ooh, I like that actually. So I may go with that. Some other advice she gave me is drop the green screens. She's like, Honey Flow, drop the green screens. I'm like, I kind of like hiding behind them. And she's like, no, get in the living room. I'm like, I'm not comfortable in front of the camera, in front of the living room. Like, I feel like everyone's right there, you know? And she's like, she would always encourage me. She's like, don't worry. She's like, you're beautiful. You know, the first thing I notice about you is your smile. She's like, you need to showcase it more, and you need to be in front of the camera, and you need to drop your green screens. So all this week I've been uncomfortable, but I've just dropped my green screens, and now in my living room, for her. And it's just every show is a reminder of her as well. So what about any of you guys? Did she give a name? DJJ Jonah?
Yeah, she was a stickler for detail. Like when we were going through our commands, I've got like 2 pages. That's due to Steph1Luv'S. That ain't for me. It would have been welcome, thank you, and that would have been it for me. But she said, you need this and you need that. And I was trying to give her creative control where she could just go in and build them out herself. But again, when she said something, I just did it. So she would text me what she wanted, for the next stream, and that's what we added. What she did for me, I have a title screen that because I'm very dynamic in my streaming. Like I don't like my backgrounds to stay static. I like them to be different because I'm not a VJ. I don't really play a lot of videos. I want you to focus on me, focus on the music. Not necessarily seeing the music videos because after all, videos killed the radio star. Never mind that. That was a horrible joke. But anyway, so I have something called the M Lounge when you come into the thing. And so I have it's Where the People's Music Lives. And I remember when she saw that for the first time, she was like, Jonah, we gotta add that. We gotta add that in some commands. So she we added that in like 4 of my commands, Where the People's Music Lives. She just loved that. It's like a light bulb went off. Jonah, we gotta add that. We gotta, and again, true to form, I'm typing it out, for 4 commands. But she was very, very detail oriented. Like Mo had made mention, she didn't miss a comment because we had gotten into it here recently, one of my last streams, about me missing somebody giving me a sub. And so she got on the soapbox. Like, if I gave you a sub, you would want me to acknowledge you. You missed the sub. I said, I got music I'm watching. I got chat I'm watching. I got all of these things. And you know what? Once again, she was right. I went back, looked at the replay. I said, oh my goodness. And here I am, tail tucked between the legs, going back, eating crow, barbecue sauce, everything. Steph, I'm sorry, I did miss it. But I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it. That was one of the only times that I really actually stepped up at Steph. But she was like, no, you missed it. You missed it. You missed it. I went back and I looked at the replay. She was 100% right. But yeah, loved her detail.
And wasn't every show after your show, you mentioned she'd be kind of like, critiquing or giving you feedback on every show of yours. She didn't miss a show of yours,
Right.
right? So
Yeah,
after
she
she'd be giving you
100%
feedback.
attendance for almost a year
Wow.
outside of pop-ups. Because I don't necessarily let my mods know, because again, we're not a relatively small streamer. We normally have 5 to maybe 10, 13 at the most on a pop-up. And so I didn't really want to pressure them, but they would always come back. Even now, they still come back. You got to let us know when you pop up, And it's just kind of like, and all the DJs, all the streamers know, when we pop up, it's just go time.
Mhm.
I'm not prepping a show. I don't have anything planned. It's just my feeling of creating, or of being able to get in front of the camera and going. So I'm not really concerned about sending a text. I'm sorry, I'm not concerned about sending a cell phone, or calling somebody saying, hey, I'm about to go on. That's what the notifications are for. To let you know when I go live. So but yeah, she would give me a post report every show. You need to do this. And I didn't deviate. I wanted that. I wanted
That's
that.
amazing.
And that's how I've grown to the point that I have.
Wow. Well, welcome. I just see, actually, I'm looking at another laptop. I'm looking at multiple things, just so you guys know. DJ Main, I've called him DJ Mien, like Chow Mien, for the longest time, because that's how I thought his name was. So I could see her laughing right now, like, girl, you always get names confused, But thanks for the raid. Are you joining us? Ooh, it's kind of loud. There we go. Love the sound effects. I need you on every show. DT Jams, I need your sound effects with me. Thank you guys for coming through, for rating in. We appreciate you guys. We're just here together, just talking about a dear moderator, Steph1Luv, with her family, some of her family in the chat too, just sharing some stories and, some character traits that she had too. And, just how we viewed her and how special she was to us, not just being a moderator, a producer, close friends to many people on this panel and off the panel as well. She truly touched people on Twitch. And yeah, her greatest attribute, I would say, along with everything you guys mentioned, what comes to mind is encourage her. She was a true encourager. So DJ Main, and thank you, Mo1, for joining us earlier. We appreciate you, salute you. Keep doing your shows, keep rocking your shows, keep moving forward. I know she's rooting and cheering for you as well, along with all you streamers here too. So DJ Main, if you want to jump on with us, feel free to click the StreamYards link in the chat, in the Instagram chat I gave, and in the email, if you want to come on with us as well. Now, if there's anyone else that wants to come on and say a few words, just click, let's see here. I'm going to see if this works. Just hit !link. Anyone's welcome to come on. I think I have 10 spots. So I think there's like 4 spots right now. If anyone wants to come on, just grab that link, starting with the HTTPS, like just copy and paste that. And it should be running through my StreamYards too. And make sure you guys hit the GoFundMe page. We want to bless the family as well during this difficult time for them. Hit the GoFundMe page. Definitely contribute. I don't know where we are. If someone could mention that, if someone can look up this GoFundMe page and let us know where we're at too in terms of the amount. I think the goal was 15,000. Last time I checked last night, I think it was around 6,500. Could be wrong, but let us know if someone could click the GoFundMe page and drop it in the chat. Those details, that would help me. Here it is right here. Donate. All right, we got DJ Main in the building. How you doing, DJ Main? Thank you so much for rating in too. Oh, okay. It says his device is not connected. So I think DJ Main needs to set up his audio and his video. So we're going to let him do that right now. Okay, thank you, DJ Hams. So it looks like we're at $6,809, which is amazing, guys. Like, this Twitch community is unbelievable, for sure. So yeah, if you guys still want to donate, that'll definitely help the family as well during this difficult time, and her kids. Continue to donate. I think the goal was 15,000. So we're going to keep going. I'm going to keep pushing on my show too for the family. Anyone that feels led to, remember, when you're a blessing to others, it truly comes back to you tenfold. It really, really does. Even if it's $5, $10, $2, every bit helps. So yeah, definitely hit the GoFundMe page too. Let's see here. Okay, so I think DJ Main, you need to, yeah, he exited out. I was going to tell you to exit out and come back in again. So yes, so I was just wondering, okay, we're going to go back to She Got Cakes while they're fixing it up. Now, I know she had a name for your show as well, which I love.
Cut Up with Cakes. Mm-hmm.
How did she come up? So did she come up with the name, or you guys kind of came up with the name together? How did that work?
Because she would call me Cakes for short, and we would cut up. And so she was like, okay, we're the Cut Up crew. Let's do an emote with that on it. But the name of the show would be Cut Up with Cakes. And we would, people would be encouraged to come in because it was an open forum. And we talked about everything in there, from politics to family to, raising children, to relationships, just so many different things. So
Yo.
Oh yes. Hey, DJ Main, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Your sound's awesome. Thank you so much for rating in and joining us as well. I love that She Got Cakes. That, like, it's such a cute name too. Cut Up Cakes. I love it. Such a great name. So
one thing I wanted to say that came to my mind, Stephanie kept me on target when we were in there, because you had so many different people saying different things, and she would, I would run by her my topic of the day before I went live, and I would say, what do you think about this? And then we would go with that, and she would give me her opinion about different things, and she, we would pick a topic, and then she said, you know what, somebody brought up a good point in your stream, let's use that to build on for the next show. And I said, okay. So I got a notebook, and I would keep these different topics so I would make sure that I would touch those topics. But anytime that I would digress in my show, she would always get me back on track. And I would forget some things that I was going to say. And I'm like, what was I saying, Steph? And she was like, you were talking about so and so and so. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's what I was saying.
Can you guys hear us? So the second time this has happened during my show. I'm not sure why. This has never happened before on my show. Let me know if you guys could hear in the chat room.
I can hear you.
It looks like I can't see or hear anyone. It's like spinning.
We can hear you.
Oh, you guys can hear. Can you hear her as well? Oh, I think we got everyone back. Can you guys hear
I'm
me?
here.
Okay, that's strange. Sorry, we didn't hear your last bit. I don't know what's happening on my show. There's a lot of weird things. This is the
Testing,
first time that's
testing, one,
ever
two,
happened.
three. Can you hear
Okay,
me
we're good.
now?
We're good. Yeah, I could hear you. So why don't
Okay.
you repeat what you said too as
I'll
well?
paraphrase. I was just
Okay.
simply saying that whenever I would digress from my topic, Stephanie would get me back on track. And with so many people being in there and everyone saying something, I didn't want to miss people's comments. And that was important. And if I did miss it, Stephanie would whisper me and say, such and such said this, and so said that. And then I would go back and scroll up. If the chat was flying or whatever, I would go back and, she would help me stay on track. And definitely that's really important, because you have some people that are mods and they, some mods come in, they vibe, but she was always one to keep things organized. And all the moderators played a different part, but Stephanie was just unique in her own right. And we were very close in age, so that really we related to each other very well. And it was just, I don't know, it just almost felt like I grew up with her. I know it sounds weird, but it feels like I did, because we were right there together. We were in high school the same time. Of course, she had more experience of being a mom because my son is only 6. I got a late start, but she was more seasoned at it. So I would talk to her about a lot of different things about motherhood, and we bonded over those things. And I tell you, I always admired how close she was with her mom, because that's something that I valued, and I talked to her about that all the time. And I said, any woman that's close to their mom, like I was close to my mom, that's a special daughter, and that's always something that I, just, we vibed and we connected, we formed a bond, because a mother-daughter bond is very special, and I had that. And I know how important it is. And I was blessed to have 2 strong women in my life, a grandma and a mom. So when I talked to Stephanie about, just being a woman and being strong and having to, you know, depend on yourself to make sure that you get things done for your children, we were always on the same page when we talked about things like that. And, it's, oh gosh. Anyway.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. She got
Yeah.
kicks. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Mhm.
We got DJ Main as well, and I just dropped in. I dropped the link, guys, for anyone that wants to join us as well on StreamYards. That link should be working. If you just want to say a few words, how she impacted you, what was your relationship, or what did she mean to you? Any nice words for the family, even if you want to come on for a few minutes. Hit the link that I just posted. You could also go !link. It should come up, but it should show you the StreamYard link here. So while I'll be kind of looking at the chat a little bit here and there, and I see everyone. Sorry, I haven't shouted you guys out, but there's just too many people to get to, and I want to make sure they have their time to share on here, especially for everyone in this room. So I haven't done any shout outs today, but I see all you guys, and I appreciate you guys for coming through and supporting us, and especially the family today. We salute and appreciate you. So DJ Main, we started earlier, just, if you could introduce yourself, your show you do, and how long you've been streaming, and also, how you met Steph1Luv as well.
Yeah, hey, thank you. I really appreciate it, and shout out to you, Honey Flo, and DJ J Jonah for doing this. Really appreciate it. So, how long have I been streaming? I think it's been since COVID, maybe a little bit before COVID. started doing some stuff on Instagram, and then Instagram got what it got, and you couldn't stream too much on there that cuts you off. So a group of us decided to come over to Twitch and try it out and see how it worked out. And I'm glad we did. And we met Steph, or I met Steph. She I think it's pretty similar to everybody else's story. I think she was always in the chat, just saying hello to people, just being really welcoming and very paying attention to all the small little details. And I decided to ask her, took a leap of faith, I guess, and said, "Hey, would you consider being a mod?" I don't even really know what that means, but hey, would you consider doing it? And she was like, "Heck yeah, let's do it. I'd love to help you out." And the very first time I streamed and she was on my show, and she just took over. It was like just saying hello to everybody. It's just like opening the door to your home and welcoming everybody in, and nobody felt out of place or like excluded or anything like that. I don't know how she did it, but she had all these emotes and welcome messages and titles of shows, and she knew everybody's name and everybody knew her, and it just seemed like it was just a home for everybody, and it was all because of her. I got to meet her at 415's house one time, and got to meet her mom, and just connected with her. I think, when I look back at her life and what she meant to me, and what I thought about her was, she was an old soul, just a person that just brought people together. That person that walks into a room and just automatically lights it up. She doesn't have to say a word. She doesn't have to make a gesture. She doesn't have to do anything, but she just lit that room, that chat room, that environment up. And to me, I was like, wow, this person is special. And, I heard she's got cakes talk about her mom just a minute ago. And I was fortunate enough to meet her mom. And I got off the phone with her the other day, and she was talking to me, and we were talking about Steph and how she misses her, and how hard it is. And she said, but my girl was special, and I will always carry that with me. And people say that all the time about people, and I understand we all say things about people that we care about, but it just has a different ring when it comes to Steph. That's always, I think everybody in the chat, everybody here is here because of that reason. Some way, somehow, she touched everybody, and she was special. She was the type of person that you can just call up, talk to. I didn't get an opportunity to talk to her, in depth, like, maybe she's got cakes did, or some other people. But I could tell that if I needed somebody to talk to, I could call her. And, that's a special bond that for me, I'm not a very, I don't let too many people in my world. I have my family and my close friends, and DJing and streaming is my outlet. It's my drug. It's where I get high, and I don't let too many people in, but she was a person that just automatically captured my heart, and although I didn't know her for years and years and years, it felt like I did. Like I was very close, and this is definitely hit me quite a bit as a man, as a father, as a cousin, just everything. When I look at the family she had, and when we were at the services, you could just feel. I spoke up and I said, now I know where she got the name Steph1Luv. We're all a mirror of our families, and and people around us. And I could just feel it there. I know where she got Steph1Luv, and she used to get mad because at first, I would always get it wrong. I'd say Steph1 or Steph Love. And, one time she was like, man, can you just get my name right? It's Steph1Luv. And I was like, okay, she's cool, but she's not going to take ish from anybody. You know what I mean? I was like, I got you. I promise you, I will get your name right. I don't want you to leave. So just, give me an opportunity. And yeah, I realize where it all came from. Her daughters are beautiful human beings. And, again, I'm fortunate enough, 415, a lot of the Bay Area guys, DT Jams, Mo1, Juice, a lot of us got an opportunity to get up and personal with the family and things like that. One of the things that maybe not, and I don't know if you guys have talked about it, and I apologize if you have, but she was about education. She was about her daughters and herself. And I don't know if you guys have mentioned this, but she was a straight A student in high school. She was a very smart girl. I believe she got her college degree. And her daughter, Alina, is going for her master's. Her younger daughter is also going to college, and she put those girls through college, through a lot of adversity, a lot of different things. And to me, that just speaks even more as to what kind of a person, what kind of a mother, what kind of a sister she was. And, those are the things that I'm going to always remember about Steph. Hardworking, love to have fun, love music, love people, just a welcoming smile every single time. Even though you couldn't see her, I just felt like she had a smile every single time she said hello in the chat, right? Like a big old smile. And it was just amazing to get to know her and to call her my friend, not my mod, not anything else, but my friend. She will always be special to me. And, I just wanted everybody to know those little things. If you didn't know already, and if you did, I'm sorry, for being redundant, but, just a very special person, a wonderful, beautiful human being. And I know she's with me. I'll tell a quick little story, and I've only told it once, and it was at the funeral, but I'll tell you guys. And actually 415 was telling me to put it up on Instagram. I just didn't know how or what to say, but so the day that we did the fundraiser on Vibing Out Fridays, I started my show with Puffy, I'll Be Missing You. And I was playing it, and halfway through it, there's, in the lyrics, Puff says, "Till we meet again." And at that moment, my drops just went crazy. I didn't touch him. I didn't do anything to him. And I have a drop that says, "I hope you enjoy the ride." I usually play it at the end of the shows, and, it just says, "Hey, I hope you enjoyed the ride. Hope you had a good time." And I realized that my drops were going crazy, but and they actually went live. And then when I played back that part of the stream, it was that particular drop, and it's completely in sync and in beat, and it says, "Till we meet again." And then the drop comes in and it says, "I hope you enjoy the ride." So to me, she's talking to me. I don't care what people believe or not. That's what I'm going to believe for the rest of my life. And I know that, she's always going to be smiling down and enjoying the music and the jams. And,
Can I add something?
Yeah,
Also,
absolutely.
you guys could go back to his replay, and you hear it, and you could see him not pushing any button on the thing. And when the drop drops, you could hear like static. You know what I mean? But you could clearly hear it, and it's recorded on his replay on Twitch, so you
That
guys
is
can get an idea.
crazy. You should do a clip of that, DJ Main.
That's what I was telling him.
You got
Yeah, that's what he keep telling me that. I
Yeah.
just don't know how to introduce that. You know what I mean? To people, like it takes a little bit of. I'll try to do it for sure.
Oh,
But
you gotta definitely do it before and download that special. Yeah, a lot of interesting, weird things have been happening to all of us on all our shows. Like even today, things are going in and out. I've been doing this for 3 years and have not had that happen to me today. I mean, I'm not a superstitious person, but like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes things are shown, like what you just said. Like sometimes things happen, right? And to show that I don't know, maybe God gives glimpses of of, like what we're doing here. I'm not quite sure, you know?
well,
I
I truly believe that there's a reason why we're all here, and
Mhm.
there's a connection. She has a lot to do with it,
Mhm.
and you know, I'm not that type of guy, but it when you see those things, it just reemphasizes how beautiful she was, right? And how playful she was. Cause that was a total play that she would totally do, right? Like just she would always tell me just have fun. I've had a long radio career, and sometimes your ego gets in the way, and you have a small number of people in your chat room, and she would always say don't worry about that, just have fun. And that's another thing that I'm going to always carry on. It just reminded me why I do this, right? And why she came into my life. She came into my life in a period of time where I wasn't doing well just because of COVID, and not being able to reach people. But she just connected me to all of you, right? I wouldn't know you. Well, I would know 415 and DT Jams and those guys, but the rest of you, I'm just thankful that she connected me. And there's Raider Mama, nothing but love for you. And I got nothing but love for you. And those hearts are always for your girl. And you know how I feel about you. We just had a conversation the other day. And I love you and your daughters and your entire family, and you guys have all had a great impact in my life. So I want to say thank you to you, and for raising a beautiful daughter, right, and a beautiful family. So thank you to you.
Wow, that was beautiful, DJ Main. Thank you so much for sharing. And I know it means so much to everyone here. So thank you. Thank you again so much for sharing. Um, you know, uh, really do appreciate that as well. And I know I think some of them have gone off on video right now, but if anyone wants to say a few words for Steph1Luv, feel free to come on. Hopefully your audio and video is working. But
Oh, can I do something?
Yeah.
And I think Raider Mom will have fun with this. I just want to have fun because she always wanted me to have fun, right? So I'll be right back. Hang on, I'll be right back, but I'm going to do something.
Okay. Here's the
Alright.
link, you guys.
Yeah, real quick too.
Yeah.
Steph's wishes were to spread her ashes in Hawaii. So that's part of where the GoFundMe. We're just trying to keep her wishes, and I know that'll help out a lot too. So that's the plan. Her daughters plan to take Steph's ashes to Hawaii and spread them out there because that was her wishes. So if you guys could help anything on the GoFundMe, it'd be great.
So
Please hit that.
I'm trying to find. Oh, actually, I think I put exclamation mark donate. It should be. Oh, here it is. Here. Okay. Thank you, Hams. So yeah, you guys, if you feel led in your hearts, $5, $10, $2. Definitely give up your Starbucks or dinner this week. It all adds up. It really does. And Twitch is a living witness. I haven't been on any other app where we've raised so much for different causes. and she had a giving heart, for others. She gave to other fundraisers that I was doing as well. She was on shows with me giving, a lot of her time and even money to the cause that
Well,
I
she
believed
was
in.
she
So we
was
got,
so generous
yeah, she
to,
definitely
yeah,
was
from
generous.
anything. She was the first one to donate.
She was, man.
Exactly.
She was.
So we we got to definitely do that, show that love back, you guys, for her family. So if you feel led in your hearts, like I said, when you give, that comes back to you tenfold. There's, even if you have nothing, even if it's the $2, when you give that, it definitely comes back to you double. I'm a living witness, and I know that will happen for you guys as well. So if you feel led to, definitely hit the link below here, copy and paste it, or type it in, and you can see where we're at. I think they posted, I thought I saw around 6,500. Their goal is 15,000, and to make it to Hawaii and to definitely do that. We want to be a blessing for her family, her mother, and her daughters as well, as they go through this time too. So, and I appreciate all you guys. Now, DJ Maine had something he was going to do here too.
So this is, again, I'm just having a good time because she always encouraged me to have a good time, and I would encourage everybody to just have a good time, even through those tough times, right? Always try to see the rainbow, through the storm is kind of the way that I'll interpret Steph1Luv, right? See those rainbows and see beyond that. So she would always get mad because on my stream, and it's, I don't want to talk about my streams or anything like that, but I always have a beer. I'm a beer guy, right? I love beer. I love, doing those things. And I've always opened a beer with my teeth.
Oh, wow.
And so I would, the first, so my family knows, my friends and everyone. I've been doing it for years and years and years, right? And so the first time that I did it, that's the first time I ever saw Steph get so ticked off on my chat.
Really?
She was like, "What are you doing?
That's
Don't
hilarious.
ever do that. Are you crazy?"
Why didn't she like that? That's funny.
She just felt like I was gonna bust my teeth, right? And she just, she was
Do you have
cringing.
dentures? I can't zoom you in. I
Right.
want to try to zoom you in more.
So I would do this from time to time just to tease her, and she would literally get upset, like, but in a fun way, right? And she's like, "Don't ever do that again." So Steph, here you go.
Oh, wow. How in the world do you do that? Oh my goodness.
Practice.
You don't have dentures, do you? What makes you practice that? Do you open up wine bottles that way too?
No, that's that. But yeah, so to Steph, she even in those times, she was like having a good time. She was like, "You're crazy. You're a crazy person. Don't do that." And so we would have fun with that. So anyway, that's for me, that's Steph, right? Having a good time and enjoying life, enjoying people, and having
That's
a good time.
awesome. I love that. Thank you for sharing that story. So DJ Hams, thank you for posting. So it looks like we're at 6829, and like they mentioned, they want to go to Hawaii and spread the ashes there as well. That was her wishes. So to definitely, take a family to Hawaii is definitely pricey. So whatever we can do, guys, hit the GoFundMe page. Bits and subs on my show are definitely going to go to the family. Oh, I just looked at another laptop. Sorry, guys. I know I'm missing the chat and I'm missing a lot of people right now. But DJ Bowen. Thank you for the raid. Thank
Hey,
you.
yo, Mo, we might do that, man. We might do that. I see your chat.
Yeah, the chat is flying right now. But DJ Keith Bowen, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the raid. Anyone that wants to come in and say a few words with Steph1Luv, I think I posted the link. I'll post it again here in the chat. And if anyone wants to come on, just let us know. Let us know that you're backstage. If you want to jump on and say a few words, there's definitely room on the show right now. It's usually 10 spots. So if you want to just come on even for a few minutes, even if you want to say something, how she impacted you, even if you met her 5 minutes, a year, whatever the timing may be, if she impacted you, you want to say something special to the family, now is definitely the time with her mom. Mama Radar is in the chat, which is her mom. Her daughter's in the chat. Her cousin's in the chat right now. So if you want to say,
Alicia's in the chat.
Oh, Alicia too. That's her other daughter, right? Is it?
Cousin.
Okay, in the chat as well. So hit the StreamYards link and make sure you let me know in the chat that you want to come on, and you guys are welcome to come on. Now I just wanted to also do a fun, because Steph1Luv like not only gave us encouragement on our shows, but she liked to have fun. She definitely liked to have fun. So I have some fun facts about Steph1Luv. Now, I know she got cakes. If you're really listening, she got cakes. She gave you guys a lot of the answers already. But we're going to do some mini trivia, and we're going to have a bit of fun as well as we celebrate her. And you guys could post your answers in the chat too. I don't think I know how to put up a poll. This is why I would make a horrible mod. So props to all the mods that do this for our shows. But the first trivia question I have for you, some fun facts you can learn about Steph1Luv. The first question I have for you guys is, did she like West Coast or East Coast more? What did she lean to when it came to music, West Coast or East Coast? So yeah, we'll do one. We'll do one. Oh yeah, actually maybe do ones for West Coast, put a 2 for East Coast, make it easy, and we'll see how much you guys really know. So 1 for West Coast, 2 for East Coast. And if you know the answers, I'm sorry, you can't participate because, well, maybe you could. Actually, there's enough people in here. You could throw it in here. They're not going to know. So there's a lot of ones going up right now. Where's DT Jams? Where's his sound effects? DT Jams. Where's sound effects? So we need his sound effects. So let's see. Love it. So does anyone do you guys have West Coast sound effects at all? Anything?
I don't know if you can hear
Bay Area. I heard something coming from you. I heard Bay Area, but DT Jams Live's left for a minute. Maybe DJ Main has some sound effects. Oh wow, that's loud. That's like double. I can hear the echo like ringing through my head right now. I love it. Perfect. So everyone is West Coast, West Coast, West Coast. Do you guys have symbols, like hand symbols for the West Coast? I don't know. What do you guys do? I don't know. Do you go like this? This is the Canadian West Coast, West Side.
We do 2 up, 2 down in VA.
Oh, you do 2 up, 2 down?
2 up, 2 down. And Stephanie used to try to be funny and pick at me about that. And I was like, you're not supposed to do that. And I was like, well, I'm not supposed to.
Oh, you're not
supposed to do West Coast. I was like, you're right. So we used to do that all the time.
I used to joke around, just put out all these hand symbols in the chat when West Coast music was going, like this, these ones, like just anything, any hand symbols like this. I don't know, and people would just start laughing. When I think of West Coast 90s, I think of well, for me, at least coming from Canada, the bandanas, the plaid tops, and the red lipstick, and the hoop earrings for the ladies. I don't know if that's like really West Coast. You guys are probably rolling your eyes like, I don't know. But that's what I think with West Coast. Pick Assassin's like, I don't know about that. But let's see here. So let's see. How many of you guys know Steph1Luv? So everyone in the room is putting number 1. Everyone's saying West Coast. Let's see how many number 1s we got. So Latin Lady, Flirt, DJ Extreme, is at Netflix as well, says Bay Area. Sexy Virgo, interesting, as her cousin says West Coast. Anna B says West. Who else? Angie Babe. All you guys. Mohammed saying West. And let's see here. Hams is saying number 1. DJ Main saying number 1. So all you guys
Real
are saying
quick,
West Coast. DJ Scribble. Sorry?
real quick, her cousin, or I think it's her cousin, A Corona, is in the chat too.
Oh, where? I'm trying to look here. Okay, I'm trying to look at this chat here. I'm
From
going to.
Arizona.
Oh, from Arizona. Nice. Great to see you. So we got Alina, her daughter, right here. Ooh, I think her daughter. I don't know. So we're going to go back to She Got Cakes. What is the answer?
Okay.
What is the answer? West Coast or East Coast? Was she leaning more for music?
I think I blew the whistle on that one. No pun intended. Um, earlier when I said it, she had a very interesting taste in music. She was very diverse in her music selection, but she definitely liked East Coast hip hop. I know that. Not saying she liked it more than one or the other, but I definitely know that she spent a lot of time in DJ Phil Skills' room when she wanted to listen to her East Coast hip hop. She went to a lot of different rooms, but that was one that she was in often. And I was in there with her some of the time. So yeah.
All right. So the answer is pretty much both, like her daughter said as well, East Coast and West Coast. Her daughter's saying so, East Coast and West Coast, of course. So you guys all said West Coast, but she definitely had a love for the East Coast too, for both. So the second question is, and the daughters, I don't think could answer this question because you guys already know the answer for this one, just for the next question. And I think She Got Cakes kind of gave it away talking about her daughters, but that's okay. Second question is what games did she like watching her daughters play? Was it soccer? That's number 1. Was it basketball? That's number 2. Was it softball? Number 3. Or was it hockey? Number 4. So post in the chat what you guys think. Soccer, basketball, number 2, softball, number 3, or hockey, number 4. What do you think you guys saw? What game she enjoyed watching her daughters play? So let's see here. Let's look at these answers. Scribble Hams, okay, says softball. Okay. Let's see here. DJ Extreme says softball. Flirt says softball. Slap Hour Radio says softball. Oh, DJ 415. That's hilarious. I should have put that in there. He says boxing. Actually, I really do like boxing. That's a very good sport. Hazel also says softball, boxing. Okay. DJ Dougie says softball. What do you guys think on the panel? What do you think, DJ Main? Because you came in later, so you didn't hear all the answers.
I know the answer.
Okay. Oh, hey, DJ Mo1 says badminton. Badminton? I kind of like badminton. I'm nerdy that way.
Ping pong?
Hey, ping pong's actually kind of fun too. I'm a big nerd.
Pickleball?
Yeah. So what do you know the answer? So DJ Main, what is the answer?
Softball.
Yes, it was softball. I don't have any sound effects, but it was definitely softball. DJ Ham says underwater. What? Underwater basket weaving. What the heck is that? I gotta look that up.
Wow.
and hockey is so Canadian, so I don't know if hockey's big. Actually, baseball's really big where you guys are from, right? San Francisco. I should know this.
Yeah.
Like it's huge, right? Yes, exactly. I remember going to Barry Bonds. Was it Barry Bonds? I remember Barry. I think it was Barry Bonds. He was playing. That was the last time I went to San Francisco. That's how old I am. What was that? Like 20 years ago? I don't even remember. And they had boats. You guys were they had boats in the water trying to get the balls.
Covey Cove.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Still do.
Oh, they still do?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys are so hype when it comes to baseball. You guys love
We love
like
sports,
really
period, in the Bay
get
Area.
into it. They don't. I
That's
mean,
right.
we get into it here with the Jays, Toronto Jays, but not like
Oh
you
no.
guys. Like it was like a
Every
huge
sport we
part.
have, we are serious about our sports in the Bay Area. We don't get the love everybody else does when it comes to our fandom, but we're serious fans in the Bay Area for sports.
Yeah, for
So
sure. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Okay, so the third question, guys, is where did she work? Number one, was it the hospital? Number two, was it an insurance office? Or number three, was it the casino? So if you know the answer, if you know, you can take a guess at it just to learn more about her. Steph1Luv'S, where did she work? Was it the hospital, number one, insurance office, number two, or the casino, number three? Flirt, actually, probably should have put that in there. Flirt says Twitch. You know, she definitely could have been a CEO, the CEO of Twitch for sure. Like she had so many great suggestions, you know, or an agent. She could be many things, an agent. Okay, so Mohammed says the casino. Let's see. DJ Extreme says number three. Alina says, ooh, the casino. DJ Scribble, the casino. And DJ 415 says she owns the casino. She got cakes. Same thing. And of course, Slap Hour. Okay, so you guys got the answer right there. You're right. It was the casino. All right. So she would. Oh, any prizes? No, sorry, no prizes. I don't have much at the DJ booth right now or here right now. I just have like a used lipstick, which you guys probably don't want. Maybe I have some like adapters you guys could use for a mixer. I don't have too much at the DJ booth, guys, right now. I have an old webcam. Maybe that might work. Maybe that. So yes. So the next question is, let's see here. What was her position? So she did work at the casino. Was she an office clerk, like in the casino, maybe in the corporate office? Was she? Oh well, you guys are. I gave you the answer, so I can't say. The second one was a nurse. The third one was a manager. What was her position? So you guys did guess casino. What was her position? Definitely post it in the chat. So let's see. DJ Ham says a manager. Ali A says he will take the used lipstick, but I kind of like this color. Maybe I'll give you the lip gloss. Maybe I'll give you the lip gloss. I kind of like this color. I don't know if you could see it. It's pink. Let's see here. Oh, Flirt says she was the head honcho in charge. Let's see. DJ Nestle says she loved all sports her daughters played as well. What other sports? I might have missed it in the chat. What other sports did you guys play for the daughters? Oh, this is your brother. So great to see you. C515. Make sure you guys are 510. Make sure you guys are throwing up some hearts. We got Steph's brother checking in the building as well. Angie Babe says she was a manager. Oh, Alina, that's some great fun fact. Thank you for letting us know. Her daughter here says she was originally a courtroom supervisor before she was a count room manager, or is it courtroom manager? No, count room manager. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see here. Oh, DJ Mo One says she was a boss in a Rick Ross voice. I can't do a Rick Ross voice at all. Let's see here. I'm seeing some of these other comments. Let's see. Netflix says Steph was the boss no matter where she was or went, she owned it, which is so true. Oh, wow. You guys are involved in a lot of sports. So Alina, her daughter, says soccer, basketball. Is it cheerleading? It says cheer, volleyball, and softball. Wow. That's a lot of sports. That's awesome. That's so good. So the next question is, did Steph1 speak Spanish? if you guys want to post in the chat, did she speak Spanish? What do you guys think? Flirt says, let's see here. Flirt says she was the biggest fan also. DJ Nestle says, so talented. Okay, so DJ 415 says no. Ham says no. She got cake says nope. DJ Scribble says very little. Alina says, okay, please note that there are 2 daughters. Yes, I thought I mentioned that there are 2 daughters as well, for sure. Let's see. She got cake says no. Everyone is saying no in the room. You guys have that answer correct. I believe. And yeah, she got cakes talks about a story, right? About laughing about that, with her and Steph1 with the Spanish. Do you want to mention it again? Because I think it's a funny story. She got cakes for those that missed it.
So we used to always laugh about how much I love authentic Mexican food. And I would come back and I would tell her what I had for lunch or dinner. And I would say, guess what I had today? And she was like, let me guess. Mexican food. And I told her, I said, I could eat Mexican food every day of the week. I never get tired of it. And she was like, you can, but I can't. But we talked about my Spanish. I said, well, I took 3 years of Spanish. She said, but you know what? You speak it better than I do. So I would go into the chat with her and I would say certain things. And she was like, what are you saying? And she would whisper me and she would be in the chat saying, what are you talking about? But it was funny because she would honestly act like she didn't know what I was saying. So we would joke about that. And so she would call me her little Blaxican friend. So because I'm African-American, I can speak Spanish. So she was like, I'm going to say you're a Blaxican. I was like, okay, whatever. That was our little off-camera stuff that we would just pick at each other about. And I said, well, how can you be Latina and you can't speak Spanish? So we would just take jabs at one another all the time about that. But that was just stuff that we would say to one another, and neither one of us would get offended because we would just, that was just our way of joking and as we say, cutting up, that's what we would do. So
that's hilarious. That's so funny. Now the next go ahead.
Story on that too.
Yeah, you tell your story. I gotta plug something in, so I'm gonna be right back because something unplugged. So I'm gonna let you go ahead. I'm gonna listen to you, but I'm just gonna be back for 1 sec. So go ahead.
Right. So her level of support on being on the stream was so high that she didn't like. So I do. Sometimes I'm on Latin raids, so where we play nothing but Spanish music, and she would be in there the whole time modding, and it got to the point where I was like, you like Spanish music? She's like, hell no, but I'm there for you, right? So then it's funny because after a while, I would do like a raid or two every week of the Latin music, and she would hit me up. Hey, what's the name of this song? I like it. I don't understand what it's saying, but I like the song, but that just showed how far her support went. She was there for me. I could have been playing anything, and she was still there. Big supporter no matter what. And it was funny because she ended up liking a lot of the songs after a while.
Oh wow, that's a fun fact I didn't know. Also with her, that's awesome. Yeah. So let's see here. Okay, so the next, let's see here. The next question I have for you guys, because I don't know if you guys know, but we always talk about aisle 2 on the Honey Flow show. So looking for love in aisle 2, which is just the theme we have going on here. And if you're not looking for love in aisle 2, restoring the love in aisle 2, if you want to kill your partner, or you just want to, you're frustrated with them, aisle 2 is all about the love. So me and Steph always kind of, we talked about it a few times about finding love in aisle 2. And she talked about dating someone, so my question to you guys, this is an IL2 question. And she kind of gave me some fun facts and said some, great things about him as well. I don't think I saw him in the chat. I think it was JJJ. I don't know his full user ID. If anyone has it, they can mention it. But I saw him last night, and she always had great things to say about him as well. So my IL2 finding love question was, did she date someone that was older or someone that was younger? Like, okay, so put number 1 if you think it's older. Hey, there he is. There he is. JJ, is it JJ Gutty? See, she's gonna laugh at me because I always mess up people's names. But this is her boyfriend, you guys, JJ Gutty. And so we had a conversation about him a few times, and she's like, Honey Flo, you gotta, definitely gotta get an IL2. She gave me advice. She's like, you got to get an IL2. And she told me about her IL2 situation. So was her boyfriend older or younger? Older being number 1 or younger being number 2? Post in the chat and let me know what you think. JJ Gutty, was he older, number 1? Was he younger, number 2? Throw it in the chat. So Latin lady says number 2. Alina says younger. Let's see. Hams says older. She Got Cake says younger. Let's see. JJ Gutty's like younger. Is there anyone else that has any guesses on this trivia as well? And make sure you throw up some hearts for JJ in the chat as well, coming through too. So Latin Lady says number 2. Mohammed says younger. Angie Babe says younger. And what do you guys think on the panel, actually? Younger or older?
Younger.
Younger. Okay.
I'm going to go younger.
Oh, DJ Main says I'm going to go younger. We got a lot of 2s in the chat for older, and it's kind of like balanced, and we got a lot of younger.
Younger.
I like her daughter's answer here. Alina says he is younger than my mom. Godfather says older. So the answer is IL2. He is younger. So he is younger. Now the next question is, can you guess how many years younger he is? Can you guess how many years younger? And that was her IL2 advice to me on the Honey Flo show off record. She's like, Honey Flo, you need to find someone that is a lot younger. And she's like, it does work. It definitely works. So can you guess the years between them? Was it 5 years, 6 years, 8 years, or 10 years?
I think it was 10.
Okay, so She Got Cakes thinks it's 10. Throw it in the chat. What do you guys think? Was it 5 years, 6 years, 8 years, or 10 years? Let us know. Throw it in the chat.
If my memory serves me correctly, I think it was 10.
Yep, she's a cougar.
Damn!
Well, that's not a cougar. That's more.
Ain't nothing wrong with being a cougar.
No, you have bobcats and cougars, and we came up with that topic.
Wow!
But define what's the definition between a bobcat and a cougar? I don't even know.
I'm gonna tell you the difference. A cougar.
I don't even know.
I'm gonna tell you the difference. That was the topic one night, and Stephanie was there. She helped me come up with this. Okay. So that was my topic one Saturday night. Okay. So a bobcat is a woman who has it all together, and younger men flock to them. They pursue that woman. Right. She does not chase after these young guys. Now, cougar, a little different. That's more of if you've seen Boomerang, Lady Eloise, you know how she was. My God, she was always, luring Marcus over there, and she would dangle that carrot, and it was something that he wanted, even though, he didn't really want her per se, but he wanted the established woman. A bobcat doesn't have to go running. That younger guy is going to pursue that woman.
Hey,
because she still got it together. That's the difference.
Oh, I
Now
didn't
you
even.
learn something
didn't know
tonight.
that.
Everyone
I
knows
Sure
what a
did.
bobcat versus a cougar
Man,
is.
that's love on aisle 4 right there.
exactly like.
Yeah.
I just
So how
touched on
Stella
it.
got her
There you
groove
go.
back? Was that a cougar then? I'm
No,
not
that's a
sure.
bobcat.
Oh, that's a bobcat. Okay.
Yeah, that's more of a bobcat. See,
I'm
you
learning
got
a
it.
lot on Twitch. Everything since I started Twitch, I'm like, wow, I'm learning a lot of stuff. I don't know yet. So everyone in a lot of people in the chat are saying 10 years.
Hey,
Flirt. We got She Got Cakes. Angie Babe. Vic 88. Vic 88 says 8 years. Okay, DJ Allier says 8 years. So you know what? We're gonna let the person, of course, that is her boyfriend, answer that question because he would know best the age difference. So we got JJ in the chat right now. Why don't you give us the true answer? Was it 8 years? Was it 10 years? Was it 20 years? Like what were the years between you guys? I know the answer, but we're gonna let JJ mention it in the chat. DJ Ham says 10 in dog years. Let's see here. Let's see. Did he post at all? I'm going to try to go down these. Ooh, Flirt and Alina say 9 years. Let's see here. DJ Mo one's like, man, forget aisle 2. We oh wow. DJ Mo one, you don't want to get in trouble by wifey, eh? He goes, man, forget aisle 2. We in the frozen food section now. To all the married folk, I'm hoping it's not the frozen food section. I hope I'm not waiting for that. You guys could let me know. So JJ, did he post in the chat? Can you guys see there? If he posted the year difference between them? Twitches says she's a bobcat. I agree with that. She really is. Than a bobcat.
Yeah, so he said closer to 10, but it was 9 years.
Oh, it was 9 years.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I thought she said 8 years. I thought she said 8 years to me on the
I
phone
took the under on that.
when we had a conversation. Okay, so it was actually 9 years. Wow, that's amazing. If you want to post JJ Gutty, it's up to you how you guys met.
He just
That'd
9
be
years,
awesome.
he said.
Wow, 9 years. Wow, that's amazing. So yeah, that was her advice to me off of my show, that you need to talk to someone younger, and then she told me all these great qualities and characteristics of him as well, and and talked about her daughters and different things too to me, which is pretty awesome. All right, so I think the last question I have for you guys here on this trivia, let's see, what were some of her favorite groups? Number 1 was a SOS band. Number 2 was it the Whispers, or number 3 was it Rod Stewart? So, I mean, I kind of threw an easier one in there for you. I could have threw actually, you know what? I'll do number 3, Luther Vandross. I'll make it a bit harder. So number 1, SOS band. Was it number 2, the Whispers, or number 3 was it Luther Vandross? Throw it in the chat. Let me know. What do you guys think on the panel? Have any guesses?
Number 1 for sure. Number 1.
All right, everyone's posting. She Got Cakes, DJ Dougie, SOS Band. I think I made it too easy for you guys. DT Jams, SOS, Muhammad, Twitches, DJ Extreme, Netflix. All you guys, Alina, Flirt. Let's see, Slap said SOS. And okay, Alina says SOS and Luther Vandross. Let's see here. Godfather says the Whispers, but looks like SOS band. So you guys are correct. It's SOS band. So there's some just fun trivia for you guys, just some fun facts to learn about Steph1Luv. So I know we're probably going to wrap up the show because it's close to 11 p.m. We've been on, I think, since 7 o'clock too. I wanted to thank all you guys, all you guys coming through today, as we celebrate her. Is there any anything that you guys want to say, before we leave, to the family and the chat room, or anything that's been on your mind that you just want to share, please go ahead, before we raid out and wrap it up too. Oh, I think you're on mute. Oh, DT. If you guys could all mute yourself as well, if you're not speaking, that helps. Okay, DT Jams, I think you wanted to say something. I'm going to see if I can. Oh,
there we go.
There we go.
Hold on, get my headphones on.
Okay, yeah, we got you.
We meet people in life that are special, and we met one here. Tomorrow's not ever given, but the Twitch streets and the COVID brought us all here together, and we met each other, and we met a phenomenal human being in Steph1Luv'S. Her light will always shine on with this Jam Squad. I encourage everyone else to love each other. Tell someone you love them. To her beautiful daughters and her mom, I love you guys. We're family now. We'll definitely see you guys a lot. But I just want to say, Steph, we'll never forget you. You'll be in every stream I do. And thank you so much for allowing DT to be part of your life and meet your beautiful family.
Yeah, I want to say to the family, and they know me, and I call her mom, and her daughters, and JJ, and everybody. You guys got me. You guys could always call me, always be here, come over. We're still going to do Thanksgiving. You guys are not alone. We actually hanged out with Jenny this weekend with her mom. And we love you guys. You guys are not alone. And maybe not today, tomorrow, but months, years from now, we'll still be here. And I'm so sorry for your loss. And we hurting too. But she's always going to be with us. She's always going to be in my stream. And yeah, man, we miss her dearly and hope her wishes being spread in Hawaii will happen no matter what. We'll make it happen. Thank you, Steph, for everything and being my BFF. I'll miss you dearly.
Real quick, 415, thank you for introducing her to so many people on this forum, bro. Thank you so much.
Oh, DJ Main, did you want to say something? I think you're on mute.
No, I was just waiting to see if anyone else wanted to say something, but yeah, so just to kind of reiterate what DT and 415 said, to the family, Alina, Selena, Jenny, everyone else, again, beautiful family, beautiful daughter, beautiful mother, beautiful cousin, beautiful friend. Definitely won't ever forget her. She'll always be in my streams too, and she'll always be in my heart as well. And so just, I feel like I'm a better person today because of Steph and what she taught me. And that's to be a good person, good-hearted person. Don't take shit from anybody. And just have fun. Have fun. So, like DT said, tell somebody every day, that you love them. Make sure you say thank you. She would always say thank you to me all the time. And be like, for what? But I know why now. That's just who she was. So thank you to all of you guys for, doing this and for being here today. I know the family really appreciates that. Honey Flo, thank you so much. TJ, Jonah, DT, 415, Mo 1, Juice, and the rest of the DJs. I did want to leave with one thing. Do you guys know what her favorite emote was? At least this is what I think. And I'll always think about this every time I see that emote. Is that dancing girl? I think DT or 415, he said it was Mo's, right? Emote, that dancing girl. She's always
I think
dancing.
it's Juice once.
Is it? But I will always, that's just a happy moment in memory for me. Just a dancing, having a good time person. So, Steph, love you. To the family, we all love you and we're here for you. God bless.
Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Do you want to say anything, Pink, or she got
There
cakes?
she is. There's Flirt. Just put it up.
Yes, Juice once emote.
If you have it, put it up. If you have that emote, put it up.
Was it this one here, the dancing one here?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
it.
this was, she would always use this one. Yeah.
And when she loved the song, it was that girl and a mic.
Yep. When you were crack-a-lacking, that's what came back.
Yep. You knew it, man. That was her thing. That girl on the mic.
I just want to tell the family my prayers are with them. I thank God for loaning her to us for the time that we had her. Prayers to JJ Goody, Alina, Selena, Mom, Dad, everybody in the chat, everybody that came today, everybody that got to know her. We have lost a link in our chain. Our glue is missing, and it's going to be tough to get over this. And we'll never get over it, but it'll be tough to move on from it. And there are no words. No words.
So, sorry, don't mean to cut you off, but Alina wants us to say to you guys, thank you so much for your support, and I appreciate it. And thank you once again for helping me and promoting the GoFundMe. Thank you, everyone, for your condolences and your prayers. Thank you very much.
Hey, I wanted to shout out Steph's dad, Steven, also. We've been communicating through text. He's trying to figure out how to get on Twitch and do all that setup stuff. But shout out to Steven if he's listening. And we'll see you soon, bro.
She got cakes. Do you want to say something?
I know Stephanie always liked hearts. She had a thing for heart emotes. So when I did my emote, I had hearts, and she loved hearts. And it says a lot. Steph1Luv'S, she had this thing for hearts. Wherever she always liked hearts, and it makes sense because she was such a genuine person, and she loved people, and for her to love hearts like that, she was a special person, very special, very kind, and very genuine. So I'm definitely missing her. It's just, I don't know, but I'm gonna have to just take one day at a time, as cliche as it sounds. Like I said, I don't even. I know she would want me to keep going, because she put so much work into helping me build my channel, and it would be a waste if I didn't continue. But it's gonna take some time. it's definitely going to take some time for me because I'm used to seeing her. So, but she'll definitely be missed. And sister, friend, and I always said super duper mod whenever I saw her, no matter where I saw her on the Twitch streets. That's how I greeted her. Yeah. So thank you for allowing me to share my thoughts and my experiences with Stephanie. And thank you for her family being here because I know it's hard. And my only advice is to take your time. Don't rush yourself. And don't let anyone tell you how to heal. You just do it in your way and just hold on to those good memories. And whenever you feel sad, just think about her when she was just doing the things that she enjoyed doing, and her laughter and her strong will, and that will motivate anyone to keep pushing and keep going. So that's how I'm going to remember her. Thank you.
Just want to thank everyone for coming tonight. All you guys, all the support on Twitch is just, been incredible. And, there's a common theme that we had with Steph1Luv. She encouraged every single one of us, whether you knew her for 5 minutes or you knew her for weeks, or if you knew her for years, since you started. Like some of these guys here, we're a lot closer, talk to her every single day, like DJ J Jonah, she got cakes, talk to her a lot, Jams, like all you guys, right? But it's extra special, and there's a theme I notice even with Jonah, how she just encouraged all of us. And even Jonah, in our private conversations, he was like, we talked about that sometimes we don't even get that from our own family and friends. So to have a stranger, on Twitch, come to you and say, hey, I think you need some help. You do a great show. You need someone to support the passion in you. I think that's super special. If you don't even get that from, say family or friends, but you get that from complete strangers. And I think that's what this Twitch community is. So I just want to say to the family in here, our prayers are truly with you. We definitely miss you, miss Steph, and our prayers are truly with all you guys today. Her mom, her dad, her daughters, her boyfriend, and everyone that's been impacted, by this loss as well. And I definitely leave you, like, I truly believe, as it says, we may be absent in the body, but when we're absent from the body, we're present with the Lord. And I truly believe that with everything in me, that she's dancing in paradise. She's listening to music we've probably never heard of before. She's cheering us all on to finish our races and to do it in a special way, not serving ourselves, but also serving others. So I thank you guys for coming today. It's been extra special just sharing memories and you guys being on. And I hope we could all stay connected. She cared so much about all your shows and everyone here that I hope that we can stay more connected with each other online and off of line as well. So yeah, I just wanted to thank you, and know that we're praying for the family, and we're all in this together. And I hope today was some good memory that you had, and some fun facts that you also learned about her. We definitely miss her. Her presence is missed online and on our shows for sure. But she was an encourager, and we got to go out and carry that torch and encourage others and do what she would want us to do as well. Yeah, and DJ J Jonas says, to live in the hearts of many is not to die, which is so true. So I know this is a journey, and as she got cake said, grief and loss, it takes a lot of time, and don't let anyone say, make your time speed up, because it definitely takes a while, but know that like God sends strangers in your path to also help you. And it's usually people you don't even think that will help you in life, complete strangers. And that's my prayer for you, that he sends people in your path, to give you a meal, to maybe hit the GoFundMe page and keep building those funds for your family, to just taking you out and showing that love and kindness to you. And I hope today that you really felt that as well from this community. She impacted a lot of people globally. So thank you guys again for coming through, and everyone on the panel. I know we're here for a long time. It's already 11 p.m. now Eastern. So I appreciate you guys all coming through and helping me today as well. So we are going to see, I don't know if anyone could help me and see who's online right now. We're going to raid into, I would like to raid into someone that she actually moderated for. If there's anyone online, I'm not sure if I see anyone right now, but if anyone can let me know, or if you guys got any suggestions as well.
She brought on the epic analyst to my show once. I don't know if she modded for him, but
she also interviewed on there one time.
Okay, yes, the epic analyst. Actually, yeah, we were I was going to do a moderator special with her as well. She's going to come on my show, and we're going to do a mod special, and she was going to give us advice, and she gave me that special with epic analyst. Is he on right now? Is he on tonight?
Yeah, he's on.
He is.
Oh, is he?
Wanted to come by, but because he was doing his show, he said he couldn't make it. So.
Okay. You know what? How about we raid into him then and show him love? She was on his talk show, you guys, talking about, and he probably still has the replay on his page. So make sure you check it out. So I think that's what we're going to do. Let's raid into the epic analyst and support him. She also gave great advice. Was that her first? I think that was her first talk show she was on, wasn't it? Or am I wrong?
She did Dr. Dady Priest first.
Oh, she did Dr. Dady Priest. Okay. Okay, so let's raid into the epic analyst and show him some love tonight, since he couldn't make it. And I want to thank you guys for coming through. Make sure you guys definitely hit the GoFundMe page, !donate, so we can get the family to Hawaii and do the wishes that she wanted there. Let's show them some love. If you're in the Bay Area, or even if you're not in that area, if you want to, give them a meal, extend yourself, like say something to them, say a kind word, anything, definitely reach out, because even in those small gestures, they're so critically important to show love to people. Sometimes you don't even have to say a word. Sometimes it's just a meal, or just kindness, or just checking in, or just a hug, or just being silent and just listening to how they feel, right? So let's definitely do that. Okay, so we are going to start the raid, I think.
Can I say one more thing, honey?
Yes, go ahead. Yeah.
Steph, set this raid up. Set the raid up, Steph.
All right, I'm not sure if someone set up the raid, but I'm going to try to set it up. I think Jonah's in there. And thank you, and a big thank you to DJ Jonah. He's the one that kind of came up with the concept idea to just, work this out. I know he was talking to Disco Darren, so big up to him as well. But Jonah for doing the flyer, for organizing, for connecting everyone together, starting a WhatsApp group, trying so hard to bring everyone together as well. So big props to him. I know he never wants recognition, and he's more, I'll be in the background, but he really put everything together to make things happen today as well. So make sure you guys are all supporting Jonah and adding him as well. and adding everyone here, adding all the DJs and also streamers, talk show, Pink Assassin, She Got Cakes, all of them as well. Okay, so let's start the raid, and I appreciate you guys again for coming through. So let's show some love to the epic analyst. Throw up Steph1Luv emotes. I want you flooding the chat room with her emotes and raid messages, and just throw up her emotes if you have it. Throw up some hearts so he knows clearly, her presence is felt in his chat room as well. So I think that would be extra special. And thank you guys. There's just too many names to list tonight, but I thank you guys for joining me, supporting all of us, as we go through this journey. And make sure you guys all say a prayer for the family tonight and this week. And definitely, do what you can as well, for sure. And all right, so let's see. I think the raid takes about a minute to go through. And again, hit the GoFundMe link, you guys. Do whatever you can. Even a few dollars adds up. It's already adding up, which is amazing. $6,800. We want to get to the goal of $15,000 for them and for the family, and we want to bless them as much as we can too. And yeah, definitely thinking about the family, the boyfriend, and everyone impacted on Twitch with this as well. We love Steph1Luv. We miss her. We love her. And she's forever in our hearts as well. All right, I think the raid just went through, and I'm going to try re-rating again. Sometimes it misses people. So again, if it misses you, we're going to the epic analyst. If it misses you guys, looks like the first bus just went through. We're going to try raiding again because sometimes it misses people. I'm going to try one more raid, and I think we are good. So let's see here. Okay. Oh, I hear that. That must be in his chat. I could hear that. Okay, we'll try one last time.
Thank you, Honey Flo.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming through and staying quite a while with me.
Thank you so much.
Peace.
All right. Yes, have a great night. We will see you guys soon. See you on the other side. All right. Take care.